Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, welcome to another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Big Zeke in the building. My brothers Dre.
Yo, what's good, people? I'm back in the building.
HD all right.
Mike in
okay.
the building. HD Mike in the building.
Okay. Off top.
HD Mike.
And then we got her
Why
boy
you starting
Casey.
already?
I'm just saying, man.
Why you starting?
I didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
All right, good people. What's up? I'm in the building too.
You got some AKAs you want to put out there?
Some what?
AKAs?
What? Sorority?
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna move on.
I don't have any AKAs, BKAs, whatever AAAs.
I appreciate it.
Fair.
We got some guests in the building. Technical Foul.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my bad. Hey, my bad.
Hey, don't worry, I got it
Technical
myself.
Foul in
Don't
the
worry.
building. I mean, it wasn't no hype behind that. My bad.
Don't worry.
Hey, but don't forget though, it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. We bite.
I was waiting for that. That's what I was waiting for. What?
So I'm HD Mike, and that's what he does every week?
Hey,
we gotta
every
turn
week.
him down on specific.
Oh, yeah.
They got me on my own
He
sound.
got his own frequency. You know?
Yeah.
Tell him, welcome to the Frequency Club.
I'm Camille, point guard of the crew of the Real Life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman,
The gentleman.
the everyday gentleman,
24/7.
but better known as K Diddy.
Take that.
You know what? I'd say that's the togetherness, and then we just all over the place. I'm telling you to be quiet.
Well, we can give you a technical foul now, and you
Oh,
can
he took the
head
mask. He
over
took the
there.
mask off.
You know what I'm saying? You can head over there.
You forget all these syllables.
They got about 200 of them things, right? Be on episode 294. Go ahead.
We're gonna have the first ever podcast draft, and they put dogs on the block.
Man,
That's fine. I will take my talent down to South Beach. I have no problem doing
Well, that trade value stinks. So
I don't think
That would be
nobody in
quite
South Beach is looking for Sherman Douglas.
You know what? That's cool, Tom. It's cool.
Big
Oh,
instigator.
it's cool. Anyways, we're gonna start the show off with some injury report.
May I? Point guard.
That's up to you.
Okay.
4K Mike.
So, I'm going to be on my best behavior. I'm probably not. Atlanta Hawks are without Lou Williams, lower back. He is listed as day-to-day. John Collins is out with a finger and foot injury and has yet to return to on-court action. The Brooklyn Nets are without Ben Simmons. He is not going to play in the playoffs. The Bulls are without Lonzo Ball. He had a setback with his knee. He is out for the rest of the season and the playoffs. Alex Caruso is out with a back bruise. He is listed as day-to-day. Cleveland is without Jarrett Allen. He remains out indefinitely, but has not been officially ruled out for the play-in tournament. Clippers, Kawhi Leonard will not play the final games of the season, but his status for a potential playoff return remains undetermined. Our Milwaukee Bucks, the defending champs, are without George Hill. He is out with abdominal soreness. Grayson Allen is out with a hip injury. The Timberwolves are without D'Angelo Russell with a hamstring injury. He is listed as day-to-day. The Pelicans are without Brandon Ingram. He is also out with a hamstring injury, listed as day-to-day. Zion Williamson, a foot. He remains out, but has showed progress to return to full court work. Playoff edition, baby.
All right.
All right.
So before we get started, usually around the time we start the shoot around. But before we get started, I have a video to play. And this video is particularly meant for Technical Foul.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
I really want to get your guys' opinion about this.
Okay, for sure. Good.
And, before I start this video, I want to say, in frequent times, we get a little hostile on this show. We get a little hyped up.
No.
And sometimes, stuff ends to take from here all the way down to the social media and all that good stuff.
Okay.
So like I said before, this video is for Technical Foul. The first one. Yep.
Shoot, he about to pull up some dirt we
Wait,
got.
Or
I ain't trying to get canceled.
put our
Yeah.
differences aside,
No.
combine our superpowers together, and take on Thanos.
Yeah, and that's my thing, because as much as Dre is fighting this, when LeBron James gets to the NBA Finals, he's a different kind of guy.
I never said that he wasn't.
So hold on a second, because you're saying Golden State would have won it either way. They had
Either
the
way.
same team,
I said Golden State could have won it without KD.
but they
This is
didn't.
the argument I was
didn't.
texting
He
y'all
didn't.
about.
They had a championship
in
without
Drake-
him. If
Drake
Draymond
defense,
Green
they
would have played Game 5, the series would have been over. Y'all need to stop.
And if I had a fifth, I would be drunk right now, but I'm not.
Y'all calm
What
down.
are you
There's a whole-
talking about?
There's a whole meeting going
Listen,
on.
you are making
So-
an argument sound just
But
ridiculous.
listen though, hold
Because-
on. Let me
no,
ask
no,
you
no,
something. Hold on,
because
before
you-
you go any further, let me ask you something though.
Look, this will end it all right here.
It won't.
KD
We here now.
will get his jersey retired in Golden State
And OKC.
in OKC, but he's
And
not
Brooklyn.
gonna be a top. He will always be like, we can put this person in before him.
Yeah.
Only
Oh,
because.
But my question is to you though is, you keep talking about if Draymond Green plays Game 5, but they still had home court advantage all the way through Game 7,
That's a
But
fact.
you keep saying
and they still lost to LeBron James in 7 games
I'm-
with a J.R. Smith and a Tristan Thompson who can't even shoot.
I'm saying F.
It's valid.
I'm saying it's not.
Come on, man,
It's
y'all
not.
had the best record in NBA history.
Listen, I'm saying F because you keep saying F,
They beat them though.
but you keep saying F.
It doesn't matter what you say.
Oh, so
about-
your F matters that can get you
No,
drunk,
I'm not
but
talking-
mine doesn't.
I don't have an if or why if they beat them. They beat them
Once. What about all the times he lost to Golden State?
twice, right?
And he lost,
And
right?
he finally got over that hump. And then guess what Golden State said? I'm
Let's-
tired of you being
listen,
over this
man.
hump.
Yeah,
guess what I'm gonna do now?
I'm gonna go get
KD?
KD.
Listen,
Draymond went and recruited KD.
listen. Kyrie Irving.
No, I played it for a couple of reasons. This whole argument started with KD. Does he deserve to get his jersey retired in Golden State in OKC?
Mhm.
That's what the argument started from.
Okay.
And as usual, Dre took it to another spot. And I told, hey, whatever happens on the podcast, we'll leave it on the podcast.
Okay.
And then he texted me. He was like, he hit me up in the group chat. He was like, hey, Steph this, Steph that. I'm like, are you sure you want to? I said, are you sure you want to go here? He's like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, all right.
Am I to be afraid of
I'm not
something?
saying you should be
Are you
afraid.
sure?
No, I'm positive.
Okay, because I know you were gonna play this video, but I'm locked in.
Oh, I know
Locked
you.
and loaded. Let's
That's
go.
when y'all was chatting over
Oh,
there.
oh,
Shots up.
I'm locked and loaded. Let's
So-
go. Let's go.
So this ain't about you. This ain't about me. This ain't
You
about
sure?
Quincy. I brought
But
the
my face
question.
was in that video.
I brought the
I'm
question.
saying,
I brought the question
You
to
played a
technical
whole
five.
episode in front
That
of
was last
guests.
Yes.
In front of guests, like it's
I
not about me.
brought the question to technical file.
Bring the question, technical file. Are you saying
Not-
that
not
that's the
even-
only comment? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, this is just for them. This
You know
is
that's
just
not
for
gonna
them.
happen, right? Just so you know. Okay. Go ahead. I'm going to be polite to our guest. The real point God is here.
Oh,
Oh.
he poured a little gasoline.
Hold
on
on,
the fire.
guys. So, he knew what he was doing. You know that.
I did.
Now he
I
gassed
did.
up.
I'm not.
We don't need more ratings, man. Come on.
So, anyways, back to the original. So the original question is that,
Mhm.
and my question for you guys is this: number one, the KD situation. Do you think his jersey should be retired in Oklahoma, and Golden State, or neither?
Are you looking right at me?
I'm gonna start with the point guard since
I'm
that's when Jane wants to.
I mean,
I will say when y'all been saying point guard, I kept looking like y'all talking. No, that's not me. This ain't my show. It's not my show. I'm a guest tonight. I'm a guest. No, KD absolutely deserves to have his jersey retired in OKC. That one was without question. He is probably. I mean, you can argue the greatest player in franchise history.
Mhm.
And I heard y'all I listened to this episode and I was actually texting them like, yo, they are really getting into about this retirement right now. But no, OKC, I don't think there's an argument. He needs to have his jersey retired there. Him and Russ should have them in the rafters. Now, the Warriors is an interesting one. I can see the argument for no and I can see it for yes. Personally, I would say yes because he was finals MVP
Mhm.
for this team.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
With
So-
two of the greatest shooters.
Yes, he was. It was an absolutely stacked team. They were definitely with y'all, Thanos, like it was hard to take them down.
The best.
Clear cut. Like if they didn't win, you would have been like, well, that's a disappointment. But they did win. So like I don't know how Golden State fans feel about it. So that one I'm not as adamant for, but OKC absolutely. The Warriors, let's see.
I agree with you on the OKC. For sure, like no ifs, ands, buts about it for OKC. But
your mic up.
if you want to do, so the argument for yes for Golden State is okay. Yeah, they won one without him, but then they lost without him.
Mhm.
So then they acquired him and gained 2 more with him.
Mhm.
They lost the 3rd one with him as well.
He got hurt.
He got hurt, but he was there.
Mhm.
So if you want to say he turned them into a juggernaut, which they were already a juggernaut.
Say it again.
They were already a juggernaut, but then they
Okay.
lost.
They lost.
They
Good
lost to
teams lose.
David. They lost to
They
David.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So they felt that the missing piece, which he was KD, which he elevated them to that consistent championship team. Like no ifs, ands, buts about it going into the season. Everybody knew it was Golden State once
All
he
day.
joined them.
All day.
If they had not gotten hurt, we still would have been saying it's Golden State. No ifs, ands, buts. So the argument for yes is because he definitely put them at that point where they were unstoppable.
Sure.
No, because he was there for 3-4 years.
That's what I'm saying.
But that 3-4 years was probably the best in franchise history.
As they should have.
So you kind of can go either way.
I let the record show that I did not say he shouldn't have got him retired. I said loyalty matters. I said eventually he should get his numbers retired.
You also said
So he played the part of the clip.
You also
that
said
wanted
if
to
he
play.
delivered
I
the
played the
championship
part
to
of the
him.
clip
You
that
said
was
what?
necessary.
You also said if he delivered the championship, he should get his jersey
for
retired.
a team now, is what I said. Because the question was
I didn't hear it now when I listened to that.
Right, I just heard
Hold on a
deliver
second.
championship.
Question
Hold on a second,
was-
Tim. Y'all listen to the episode?
Yeah.
The whole episode, right?
Yeah.
So like
Hey, I still do great with 5-on-1. I'm just saying. Okay. The question was, should KD have his number retired?
His jersey retired in both
Whatever.
those franchises.
And I said he left OKC hanging,
Mhm.
and he did.
Okay.
And I said he went to Golden State and won 2 championships with 2 top 10 at the time. Steph Curry was an MVP
we'll get there in a
twice.
second.
You forgot that.
I did
but
not.
he
but we'll
was.
get there in a
No,
second.
because you said they were top 10 players.
Clay
I
might
did
not-
say
Play
Clay-
that part of the
Clay-
video.
Clay might not
I
have
didn't
been
need to
top
play
10
that
at
part of the
point.
video.
Clay was
definitely-
ranked top 10 at the time.
I don't believe so. Top 10 is high.
Clay was top. So
Go
what
ahead.
I
Go
what I
ahead,
said
'cause
was
the gentleman wants to-
first of all, let
Here
me
we
tell
go.
you this.
All right.
Our point guard put me on trial without a lawyer. So that if I was a cursor, I would say you. But because I don't get down like that, let me just not defend myself for the last time here.
Thank you.
I said KD eventually deserves his number retirement, but neither of those franchises owe him anything. And I'm sticking to that.
You entitled to your
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely your opinion.
Like I said, this video was to ask them their opinion.
And we
I'm
got
not going to put you on trial, brother.
we got
Now,
that.
you feeling guilty? You feeling
We out there,
guilty?
Judge Joe Brown. We there.
Hey, right.
Go ahead.
I feel like it's like simple. It's yes and yes. Yeah, I feel like what he did with, like we said, with OKC, one of the best franchise players for that organization. As soon as he got to Golden State, he was Finals MVP. He helped them get a chip. Retire his jersey, like as simple as that. I feel like.
Do you not think they would have made it without KD? Because you said going into the season they were already what you call them, a juggernaut?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
disagree with Juggernaut beforehand, but
only because they lost the year before. Like that's why I was like, okay, they lost the year before, which why that brought them down. But will LeBron jersey begin retired from the
here we
Lakers?
go.
No, because if the thing was to bring a championship
You
in
got it.
short years,
Mhm.
Bubble.
so it's kind of relevant.
Relax,
no,
man.
but still,
Relax.
he still got
That's
a
my
chip.
trigger.
He still got one.
Oh, geez.
Because it's been a short amount of time, and AD's been there too. Probably not AD, but
absolutely not.
No,
LeBron's been there for that short amount of time. He was there before they made the playoffs. He was recruited the AD thing. He was facilitated the AD thing, got them a chip, and turned around, tried to do the thing with Russ. Didn't really work out. So, but in the short amount of time, he made the Lakers truly relevant again.
Yeah,
he did.
He got him one chip.
He
KD
got him
got
one
him
chip.
two. I'm all I'm gonna
Correct.
say.
So would LeBron jersey be retired?
shooters in history.
No.
Hey, but just because you stack a team don't mean they gonna win.
It's the team.
Like it don't mean it's going to happen. Like we've seen the
The
Lakers.
Lakers.
They've done it a
But they
couple of
didn't make the
times.
playoffs.
But it's different though. They were younger. You talking about everybody is 33 and up.
Oh boy.
So when they
So
did
don't
this
forget
back
that.
in the
And then
day,
you got to remember, I said this from the jump. If the Lakers aren't healthy, those old dudes won't survive.
so when they did this back with Steve Nash and Dwight Howard,
Oh,
like you
she's
still
gonna
like
go here. I
they were
think she's
supposed to
gonna
win
go
too.
there.
They
She
didn't.
went there.
I'm
But
just
see-
saying,
but see,
like
I
they
wasn't
supposed
watching
to.
the Lakers back then.
So
Oh, I was watching that. Okay.
Oh.
I see what Zeke did.
I wasn't a Laker fan.
I see what Zeke did.
Yeah.
So you were- he's on Cleveland. Okay.
Point Guard Junior pulled content to get some people on the side. That's what he did.
I know he did.
That's what he did.
No, first of all, I
What's up?
didn't pull nobody to get on my side. I'll be honest with you. I expected them to side with you. because when you talk about Golden State in that era and them winning those championships and Steph being top 10, we'll get to that in a second. I don't when you talk about that era and you talk and all I was saying to you like last week, all I was saying to you was they lost and seeing, oh man, this LeBron's another type of guy in the finals. We need to get somebody to counter this. KD was that counter. And you were so far gone, you couldn't even see that.
I seen that.
We gotta play the tape the whole thing. They listen to the episode. You know what? I'm so glad y'all listened to the episode because I don't have to read here and be like, you didn't say that.
It was
So-
pretty entertaining.
I watched it 3 times, so I know what I said. I don't need to eat my words. What I'm saying is that the fact that we have guests that came in, and there's some yeses and some nos.
Mhm.
So Camille made a statement about LeBron. Can you just clarify? Is LeBron number should be retired in LA? Can you clarify?
One championship, 3 other subpar seasons. I don't know.
2 missed the playoffs.
So and
just
here's
think
what
of it
I
like
said
this.
last
That's
week.
2
Hold on,
of
bro.
them. 2 of them?
I said last week that the Lakers traditionally retire players' numbers out of loyalty. Right? They have retired so many great players.
Yeah.
LeBron being a great alone will get his number retired as a Laker. But you're saying that's nothing that he earned?
You know what I will say? I think it depends on how the rest of this offseason and whatnot unfolds. Because at first it was kind of framed like LeBron is going to finish his whole career in LA. Everything is so good in LA, this and that. But after this season, with just the way things have gone, we hearing that AD might be on the trade block. We hearing Russ might be traded. I've heard a little bit like maybe LeBron wants out, and I'm like, I don't know about that, but he might not sign that extension. So we're going to see. I think his exit from LA will dictate where his jersey goes, because honestly, outside of the bubble season, there hasn't really been much to cheer about there.
Wow.
So I mean, another one of those questions.
He can't deny it. He knows it's
Right,
true.
it's the truth.
I've been
Yeah,
watching
it
now.
is good. It is. Yeah, they watch me.
I know. I was gonna move on, my brother.
I know, man. You know, yeah.
They looking for a reaction. Like,
Yeah.
no, they don't give it to him. But no, my question, because me and Kesey was like, no, but it's already been brought around the table. So when KD joined the Golden State Warriors, was Steph Curry and Klay Thompson top 10?
110% yes for my vote.
I say
don't
no.
think both.
I say if you wanted to say they had 2 top 10 players, it was not going to be Clay and Steph. It would have been Steph and
And
Draymond.
Draymond. Yeah,
Ooh.
that would
Ray
have
over
been.
Clay?
At
Yeah,
the time,
at the time, yes.
because think about Draymond at the time was revolutionizing the way bigs played because he was that small ball 4 and he could be their small ball 5 in certain situations. At the time, you had never really seen that actually work at that level in the NBA. After Draymond's success, then you saw all these other teams like, oh, let's go play small. Like, let's try to do what Golden State is doing. So I would say Clay is probably top 20.
Yeah.
But I think the 2 top 10 players at that time would be Draymond and Steph.
Interesting.
Ain't you the same person who said they would have won if Draymond would have played Game 5?
If LeBron didn't cry
But
about
they still. But I'm
the
just
growing
saying though.
kick, you mean?
But I'm just saying Steph and Clay played.
Are you talking about the growing kick? That didn't really happen?
I don't know why you even asked that
I just
question.
had to- I just-
I don't know.
I'm just saying. You keep,
Why you can't answer the question?
Because you keep bringing up a question that's irrelevant. If it was a
Is
fifth,
it-
we all be drunk. That's your favorite line, right? But it only works for y'all saying, right? Say, I can't ever be drunk because it never works for me.
Anybody who listens to the show questions if you drunk every week. Anybody. Just be like,
Seriously?
just a little bit.
Are you sure?
A little bit.
Are you sure, Kim Can Sam? Are you sure? We gotta check your bottle every week. You sure? You sure?
Water.
Sure, that's water.
Alcohol
positive.
water. So when you talk about the top 10 of that era, Steph Curry was a back-to-back MVP.
He
right?
was.
Klay Thompson was shooting at a record high percentage. I forgot Draymond was on the team because she just brought it up. So now we can say they had 3 top 10 players.
You didn't say
You
you
won.
didn't forget. You didn't
Right.
forget.
No,
So they had 3 top 10
You
players.
didn't forget Draymond was there because you're the one who said.
So did they
Draymond-
have? So did they
Dra-
have
if
3
Draymond
top
No.
No, they had 2.
You just said it. Draymond played Game 5.
You did
Golden
say
State
that.
wins.
And they
So
and
clearly you knew he was
if
there.
he played, they would have won.
That's a good
If he
point.
played, they would have won.
That's a good point.
If he played, they would have won. And LeBron would have had another loss in the finals column. How does that make you
But he
feel?
didn't. Huh?
But he should have.
He didn't.
But he should have.
But he
That's
did.
This is how these
We watching
conversations
this way.
start.
You watch it.
Wait,
this
weren't
year.
you a believer in KD would have sent us home last year if he did words?
I was.
We ain't doing that today.
I was. Most of us were. Let's not act like we
Who's
weren't.
most?
All
Listen,
these,
man.
all these.
Listen,
You know,
man.
let's
Listen,
unpack
man.
that. Let's
Listen,
unpack that.
Listen, man.
Somebody
Listen,
crack
man.
Yeah,
Listen,
let's go.
listen.
Let's unpack that.
We're going to title this show The Attack of Dre. We
No,
gonna
we're
title
gonna-
that show. Okay.
Conspiracy brothers
We
on
gonna-
trial.
because, first
I
of all,
believe
no,
that
no,
too,
no, no.
Dre. I believe that too.
I don't
do.
even care. You're dead to me today, okay?
You better
Wow.
watch yourself in the parking
You,
lot.
you're
Wow.
dead to me.
Alright.
So,
You step up.
94 feet 2.0 coming soon.
That's fine.
Drain friends. No.
Drain-
So,
All right, David.
don't let this man in the building.
Mhm.
Don't let this man. But no, Kevin Durant in Brooklyn when they played last year, matchup wise, should have beat the Bucks just on paper. Okay, I can be an objective fan. Many Bucks fans can't. I get that. Am I happy that I was wrong about that prediction? 110%. Yes, but come on. If we're going to use that whole if thing again, that would be a perfect way to use that. If was to happen.
Which one of y'all said the if was a fifth?
He's the if.
As I was
fifth.
listening, I was literally washing my dishes going, man, if was a fifth, all these brothers would be drunk. And then when you finally said it, I was like, he said yes. Yes. They were, I'm so tired of these ifs. Even when
Thank you.
my brothers was on here before, and Tim was, I'm tired of talking about the sideshow Bob shoe.
Like God.
I'm tired. Like it happened. We understand if his foot was an inch back, of course they would. Like we understand, but it didn't.
Mhm.
So why
Yeah.
are we still talking about it?
Yeah.
If Brian Russell wouldn't have got crossed, he might have had a ring. No, I'm just saying. All these is, you know what I'm saying?
If
That wouldn't have happened. It's Jordan, man. Stop playing.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
If
we don't
Karl
know.
Malone had a third.
Oh,
He have a
Jesus
championship.
No, Carmelo didn't deserve no championship.
he
He
don't.
don't. He
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. What about
Ask
Not
Karl
one.
Malone.
you? Didn't play that clip
Not
about
one.
you advocating for Karl Malone.
I don't
Carmelo's
advocate for
trash.
Karl Malone. Look,
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't. No, I didn't advocate for Karl Malone. Do we like Karl Malone as a person?
You play that
No.
clip about all them names. You didn't
Is Karl Malone?
you play that clip?
Jesus Christ.
You didn't play that clip about throwing me under the bus for the what Bucks
I don't.
episode I
I
ever
don't
missed?
regret. I don't regret my decision.
You
That's
ain't gonna
okay.
get into
I don't
that
regret
clip.
it.
Oh man,
So-
that's a rap.
But Karl Malone is one of the greatest power forwards in the league. Now, do we like him besides him on the 94 feet? No, we don't. He's a terrible person. I know what kind of person he's a terrible person.
Do you
But-
know him personally?
Did you like the way he played?
Do you know?
Did you
I
care
hope
for his
not.
style of play?
Do I care for his style of play?
Yeah. Did you like the way the mailman played?
A
No.
little bit.
Do you remember
Everybody
how the
hated the way the
mailman
mailman
played?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
On the block.
Never
So
in
why
your
is you defending this man?
On the
He
block.
kinda all right.
bro, you never in your life.
He just passed. LeBron just passed this
He's
man
trying to
in
be
the
objective.
all-time scoring.
Which I can understand. Like if we talking just basketball, yes, Karl Malone is one of the greatest power forward. Blah blah. blah
Just
blah.
basketball. We're not talking about what he did in his personal life. We're talking about what he did off the court, which is, I get it, horrible person.
Bro, you
Mhm.
picked him over LeBron.
And you know what?
Wait,
I didn't pick him over LeBron.
Wait.
I made a statement about him.
Oh,
I'm not Kesey.
either, right?
I'm not Kesey. I don't make everything about LeBron. Well, you know, LeBron is the most criticized person in the league right
I'm trying to figure out why you bringing me up again.
He was looking around. Hey, I didn't even say nothing.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Every episode, we got to bring up the Lakers and LeBron.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to. Apparently,
I'm always
Clearly,
ruled out.
We're gonna talk about LeBron all the way through the offseason. Don't forget it. I remember that.
That's probably true.
That's very
He's-
true.
That's
Ain't
how
no
you,
problem.
but that's
It's gonna happen.
that's why y'all got to remember he's one of the greatest players of all times. So you're going to have to talk about him. You don't even talk about Jordan as much.
because Jordan retired, there's nothing.
20 years ago.
When LeBron retired, they'll still be talking about him the same way.
More than 10.
Jordan might be the destination for Westbrook.
The Charlotte Hornets.
Mhm.
They are linking him there.
I like that.
If I'm Westbrook,
47
right.
million.
send me
I
back
don't like
to,
that.
Send me back to OKC. Let me finish off my career and retire. That's what I'm looking at for Westbrook.
That's what yeah.
People really hurt LaMelo.
I don't think.
I don't like that.
Don't send him to over there, LaMelo. That ain't gonna work.
Maybe
it ain't
that-
gonna work.
Don't
Who
even
are
make
they
sense.
talking about trading him for?
That's
No,
what
it's
I'm
just
like.
a rumor that pick him up.
Well,
They're gonna waive him.
Because
and
the
then-
Lakers are talking about waiving, right? Waiving
no, they
47.
talking about money. They talking about getting rid of him. They haven't really said how.
That's the
Mhm.
that's the
Yeah,
question.
that's the thing.
Because who trading for $47 million?
Outside of the Rockets with
Or
they
the
$47 million
$47
contract.
Or the Thunder.
If I'm the Thunder, I'd take on that $47 million for 1 year
No.
just to have him retire. And I mean, he's one of the greatest players in their franchise
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
also
Him and
requested
KD,
trade,
so-
didn't he?
He still wants
No,
He still wants some money.
They-
As long as he still wants
they
some
were
money.
in rebuild mode, and
They got a
still in
million
re-
first round picks. They're gonna need the rest of the Lakers first.
They still in rebuild mode.
man.
though.
They're gonna need the rest of those.
And then on top of that, they're trying to get Bronny. Low key, they're trying to get Bronny.
Oh,
Go OKC.
He
well,
about
they might as
two.
well pick up Rusty and
He
lose
a
next
junior,
year.
ain't he?
I believe he's a junior. Yeah, Bronny's a junior,
He'll
right?
be a senior next year.
Yeah.
So he's still 2 years out, and LeBron
Mhm.
contract's up in the next season.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So when they draft him, he can go. I think.
Again, though, I said it before on our show. People keep talking about, oh, well, 2 years, LeBron gonna go wherever Bronny go, and it's like
Mhm.
LeBron said at the end of my career, we don't know when he plans to stop playing basketball at this
Exactly.
point. He might keep signing 1 year deals until he feel like he really can't,
Right.
and then he'll be comfortable taking that minimum deal to play
Right.
with his son.
Especially if he doesn't pass Kareem next year.
Yep.
You know, you guarantee you have another year because he's really close to passing Kareem, but him sitting out these last 5 or 6 games may have him play a little harder next year to get that record.
Mhm.
So if he doesn't get that number one spot, you can pretty much guarantee LeBron is playing year 39 of age, that is. So
Mhm.
Hope his body hold
And
up.
still will be the face of the league.
yes, Giannis.
Not yet.
Okay.
He's on his way though.
All right.
He on his way. Because no matter where you go, you're still talking about LeBron James.
It's exhausting. Talking about LeBron so much, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like this year has just
But just
beat me the hell
But just
down
think
as a
though,
Laker fan,
every
bro.
year for the last 16 years.
But it's not for the good reasons,
It's
though.
all been
If it's for
talked- everything-
if it's
every
for good
subject-
reasons,
Every subject has boiled back to LeBron James at some point.
the failure of this season is because of LeBron James.
Whether it's why KD went to the East to lead the West,
Mhm.
because LeBron James joined the West.
Mhm.
It's always something that leads back
All right,
to the king.
Ooh, boy.
Don't forget that.
that's cool. You got a LeBron poster on your ceiling, so you wake up every morning.
I got about 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
No, for real. How many posters you got?
He got
How many
he
LeBron
got
posters
several.
you got for real?
Yeah, several.
Quite a few.
Do you really?
Yeah, I mean, no, the way he talks about him, ain't
Yeah,
no
like,
way,
no,
boy,
ain't
ain't no
no
way
way,
he
bro.
ain't got no posters.
I just want to point out the fact LeBron hasn't played a full season since his last year in Cleveland. I'm bringing that up because
And he
for
still averages more minutes than
this
the
is my
majority of the
point.
league.
This is my point. Like what LeBron is doing is absolutely amazing for
Mhm.
sure. And we all know right now he's trying to chase Kareem's record.
Mhm.
We all assumed it would happen next year,
Mm-hmm.
but we all know Father Time's undefeated. And I'm just curious to see what the injuries that LeBron's been piling up with all the minutes he's put on his body because this man was in the finals, 9 straight years or something
Yeah.
like
Yep.
Like
It's a lot of games.
I'm starting to, I don't want to say worry because the only reason I was even thinking the Lakers were going to be in the finals was off the strength of LeBron.
Mhm.
And then the season unfolded, and I'm like, I don't know how his body is going to keep holding up at this point. I'm not wishing injury on the man or anything like that, but I just don't know if what we saw this season
Mhm.
is going to be repeatable in coming seasons because he's already getting beat down.
I mean, for me, when they talked about the whole Bronny situation, he's like, I want to play with my son. I assumed that was it for him. Like that was the last year he was going to play. I'm gonna play with Bronny, then I'm gonna walk into the sunset and call it one.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, when LeBron is hurt, now it's 2 weeks,
Mhm.
3 weeks, 4 weeks. It used to be a week.
Mhm.
It used to be we'll see him in 7 days. He come out, drop 30, and then we like, okay, this is back to
Yeah,
LeBron. He's superhuman strength. He's spending $1 million on his body. So that's what I assumed. And, you just brought up saying that might not be it, or, he might let Bronny do a whole year and then he'll join him
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I never really thought about that, but I just thought that was going to be it for him.
He's trying to make some money.
That's everybody in the league now. Everybody out 2 weeks minimum now.
Nah, he old. He old.
George Hill.
He old.
Twist his thumb. He out 3 months.
He
Actually, I
old.
don't know if you saw it. He actually had a crack in his vertebrae. That's why he was out for so long.
And then, first of all, that's an old man injury. And then I had a crack in my vertebrae and I fished it out. That's an old man
It
injury.
wasn't me,
I'm just
George.
saying, though, across the league, though, like injuries aren't how they used to be, though.
The only person who is young who shouldn't be getting hurt but is stay hurt is AD. That's it.
Tripping over stuff.
Tripping over stuff. He sprained his ankle. I think he got a splinter last time. So I don't know what's going on with him. But besides him,
Fragile.
old.
Yeah.
Old. And I get it, but
And Kendrick Nunn, what was Kendrick Nunn's thing this season?
I never even. That's one role I didn't understand the whole season.
Mhm.
I think he played one game.
Yeah.
Maybe
no,
if
really.
even.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think it was maybe one. It was one game
I seen him in one game.
when he first got acquired. It was just that one game. A waste.
I don't know. It felt like it was a tank year after Because some players didn't just play like
They did not try to take it, bro. It was not a ticket.
no. All
This is
right.
not a
This
ticket.
is what I said it felt like a tank year
Because they was that
because
bad.
of how things went with them.
Did you
I
feel
didn't
like
say
that
it was a
at the
tank
end?
year, huh?
You feel like at the end of the season it was like, you feel like that 2 weeks ago? When did you start feeling?
Don't you know he into pulling tapes now, so be careful. You know, he might have it on the
Do it
phone.
again.
He might have it on the phone ready.
Look, he don't know how to go there with me.
I do it again. But since we're talking about the Lakers and LeBron James, whose fault is this? Nowhere at the end of the season, throughout the whole season, we've talked about this. Whose fault is this? Is it LeBron? Is it Russ' fault? Is it GM LeBron fault? Is it Anthony Davis' body fault? Is it Frank fault, coach? Or is it all of the
I
above?
want to hear from our guests because we know how Kesey feels.
That's
I'll go
very true.
last.
Let's hear from our guests.
Here's
please.
the last.
Let's start with the Laker
I'll
fan.
go.
Let's start with the
Let's hear
Laker
from
fan.
the
I'll go.
Laker fan himself.
It's LeBron's fault.
Woo!
It's simple as that. Like,
Wait.
yeah, he's
Shots fired.
okay. So LeBron did all these promises, right? Hey, we're gonna win multiple championships. We finna bring in all these people. You know, we finna do this, do that.
Mhm.
Shit didn't pan out. We pulled Westbrook out of nowhere, right? It was all these other players that we could have possibly gotten, and then literally out of the blue, oh, we acquired Westbrook. Like what? Like where did that come from? How is that going to work? Some way, like during the season, I was just like, you know what? I'm watching, and I was texting them. I was like, this is literally the first time me watching Westbrook like on a nightly basis,
Mhm.
and it is the most stressful experience I have ever had in my entire life.
Would you?
Hold
would
tight.
you-
Can you read that LeBron tweet from August of 2021?
Keep that same energy.
Keep talking about my squad, our personnel ages, the way he plays, he stays injured. We're past our time. The league, et cetera, et cetera. Do me a favor, please, and please keep that same narrative energy.
Energy.
Okay.
I'm sick of LeBron.
Wow.
And that's
Now-
me being a Laker fan. And everything
Go
is
ahead.
his fault. Like he orchestrated everything. First of all, Frank Vogel is a scapegoat.
Yeah.
He
Mm.
catching these strays for no reason.
Yep.
It does not matter who our coach was during this season. It was not going to work. So Frank Vogel is a scapegoat. He's gonna be gone.
Yeah,
And then we're gonna
step down. They said.
and then we're gonna bring someone else in that we expect to be the savior. First of all, what out of this roster, what did they expect Frank Vogel to do with that? Like
I
it
didn't understand it from the
it don't
get-go.
make sense.
At least
They
in the
wasn't a
playoffs.
defensive team. LeBron is getting old, so at least surround him with people that can actually play defense. So he doesn't have to be the main person, the main focal point on defense.
Mm.
Like it all doesn't make sense. It's been extremely stressful.
He wasn't their focal. It was Anthony Davis, but
When was he healthy?
But,
When was he on the court? Like I don't want to hear nothing about AD until this man actually plays. Like, come on, dude.
You know what's funny about that? AD, you would think he would be humble and be like, you know what? I need to take care of my body. I need to do something. He's not. He's
Bro,
very
he get hurt at
arrogant
the
with it.
crib. He going to get the mail, get hurt. Like, come on,
He's
man.
very arrogant.
He's
He's very
in the
arrogant about it.
hospital.
Yeah, like, bro, like it's ridiculous. Like,
Mm.
I'm not blaming him. Like, it's not you can't control you getting injured. I understand that, but it's still like at a point, it's just like I'm at a point that the AD trade was a bad trade.
even though they got a ring out of it,
Yes.
And
Even
the-
though, even though y'all got a ring out of it,
Hey, look where we are now.
Would you say that when they got their ring?
Look, no, of course I was geeked about us getting that ring.
You know what this is? You know what this reminds me of?
You see what I'm saying?
Bucks fans. Like when we were like had a team and we lost to Miami. I think we lost to Miami. It was the first round or what round was that? We got swept.
Second round.
We was like, what the is going on here?
Uh-huh.
And we questioning the coach and stuff like that. With LA, I guess my thing about it is I don't even think it's hard to because I've watched Russ play a couple times and the one time I think he went like he was just chucking up stuff and it from what I've heard and from what I've heard and read like he's not willing to change.
Mhm.
And so when I hear something like a player's not willing to change, you're getting older in age. Hey, you need to do this and such, or like Frank Vogel's like, hey, we got plenty ball handlers whoever want to bring the ball up. He like, nah, bump that, give me the ball, I'm bringing it up, I'm the point guard. And I don't know about as far as putting it on LeBron, because I feel like the Los Angeles Lakers organization just gave him the reins. It was like, hey man, what you want to do? Hey, what do you want to do? And like, so for me, it goes back to Jenny Buss got to look at who she hired as far as the GM. He wasn't a GM from the get-go, so I don't know why you pulled him in. Then you got Frank Vogel here, a guy who couldn't beat LeBron, but you think he's gonna coach LeBron. LeBron gonna listen to what he got to say, and then you got LeBron making trying to get all his buddies to play. And please don't go into a whole thing, but it's one of those things where, like, from the time he was in Cleveland and he left them just hanging with J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson and stuff like that. I mean, this is LeBron's MO.
See, my problem with everyone that says that is the teams that LeBron get are good enough to go to the finals, and no one has anything to say at all. But the minute he gets into the loss column, well, he had J.R. Smith, he had Tristan Thompson, and they just wiped everybody out of the Eastern Conference. So, but when he gets to the finals, he can't get it done. Fine, we get that. When you talk about the Los Angeles Lakers and their coaching, let's remember Frank Vogel wasn't the guy they wanted anyway. They were grooming Jason Kidd, but Jason Kidd ended up going over to Dallas. Dallas opened up. Jason Kidd was right behind Frank Vogel for 1 year,
Assistant
I think.
coach.
They were grooming him to be the coach. So
Frank got a
Vogel
chip.
never had a chance in the first place. They won that asterisk bubble year, right? You know what I'm saying? They won that year. So, of course, they're like Coach Bud, prime example. Everybody was calling for Coach Bud's head, but he won a championship. And people were still calling for Coach Bud's head, but he won a title. Coaches are always the easy one to blame to take the pressure off the superstars. We all know that LeBron GM orchestrated this team. LeBron GM went out and he tampered to get Russell Westbrook, right? He got AD, you know what I'm saying? He got Carmelo because folks still thought he had it in him. So this disastrous of a season is partially LeBron, and the other part is Rob Pelinka not being a good GM.
So my question to
or
you
whatever
is, you
his
keep
title
saying LeBron orchestrated this. So then did KD and Kyrie orchestrate the Harden trade?
A little
Or
bit.
did he-
That was
that's
terrible.
what I'm just saying,
No,
though.
they did say,
But nobody's scrutinizing them for what they decisions they made,
What
and
you
it didn't work
listening
out.
to?
And it didn't work out with Harden. Man, they don't talk nowhere near about it as much.
They don't talk about it as much because it was orchestrated as, I want to play with my buddy.
And
Yeah.
they are in
James
the
Harden
and
was a
they, and
part
they
of
was
that
just in
trio.
the Temp C too. So I mean, like,
So
I need people to give KD and other superstars that same energy that they give LeBron.
I can feel where you're coming from with that. That's
You know what I'm
actually
saying?
that's actually kind of fair. I think part of why LeBron tends to get more is because we have seen his career and how he tends to negotiate and navigate the rosters.
But that's what you thinking. That's
No,
what everybody
no,
thinks.
we know.
We know.
How,
You
know.
how do you know?
Because
Are you guys in the meetings?
Here's the thing. Here's
No,
the
it
thing.
ain't funny
It's like-
if you got to talk. Dude, stop with the money jokes. That's what that is. Stop.
What?
We ain't in the room with LeBron. We know that. So stop asking that stupid stuff. Man.
Because here's the thing, like y'all are bringing up the Bucks and whatnot, saying how Coach Bud was people calling for his job. But the thing with that is, like, Bud deserved some of that fault because in the bubble against Miami, he did not make adjustments properly.
That's true.
He did not scheme properly.
Totally agree.
He did not do the basic things a coach is supposed to do.
I like
On
that.
top of that, too, Giannis, the wall was baffling to him. He could not get around it. And if your superstar can't make something happen, there is a problem. Giannis needed to spend some time that offseason refining his game and getting better. He did that. Other people on the roster had to step up too, and that's what they had to do. So a lot of times, it's you want to point to one person and say, like, it's your fault for doing it. But normally, it's a collection of people. The Bucks had that, and they were able to overcome it last year and win a championship. For the Lakers, it's a combination of things that happen. LeBron deserves some fault, sure, but it's not just LeBron because AD also had a say in the roster construction. The report said those two were together. They heard what the Lakers had going on. They said, no, actually, we want Russ. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
The front office said, okay, cool. So at that point, too, the front office deserves some blame because why, when you already had a trade lined up and you as a GM can look at the paper and say, you know what, maybe we should have more shooters around LeBron and AD. And they chose not to do that. They deserve some fault.
Who did they pass on for Westbrook?
At first, they're supposed to get the
DeMar
Buddy
DeRozan.
Hill.
Yeah,
They're supposed to
Buddy
get the
Hill.
Buddy Hill trade.
And
That's,
then
that was
Sacramento.
the
And that was going to be a
the
perfect
deal.
fit.
yeah,
That was going to be a really good fit
it
for the
was.
Lakers. They
I
did
was
not do
excited
that.
about that.
Then they talked about DeMar DeRozan. DeMar
And he
got
was
up
in
on
the
red.
bag. Like we literally had DeRozan.
In the
Like
bag.
he was like,
in the he was
he
in
was
the bag.
begging
he was
to play
ready.
with
He
him.
was like, yeah, I want to be a Laker.
Then they were like, oh no, we're gonna get Russ instead. So
What?
like Frank Vogel probably deserves some blame as it as well because of how he was trying to scheme. And again, Frank Vogel's strength is being a defensive coach, and they did not give him really any defensive
At all.
players to scheme around. But at that point, if you know you're lacking in that way, you got to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's to blame, in my opinion, when it comes to the Lakers and why they're here.
Yeah, I think it is a all around thing. I pose this question just because it seems to be one person is pinpointed,
Mhm.
and it's easy to say, well, for me it's LeBron, but besides LeBron, you can trickle down to like LeBron, GM, like his for me it's a GM.
So you had the correct answer at the bottom then.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Oh yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah, I guess that's the answer. But I mean, I just want to hear people's opinion. I mean, you
I want to say it's LeBron, but I also want to say it's AD. I want to say I want to really give Frank the least amount of that grief.
Yep.
Honestly.
So the most to LeBron.
Most to LeBron. Then I'll go with Russ, not AD, because on the court, once things you have to make do with what you have.
Yeah.
If you refuse to conform and to help your team, you also deserve blame as well. You can't come into a situation and think you are on this pedestal and that you run shit just because AD's not in the game for stretches amount of time, or you're supposed to be here to alleviate when they're off the floor. That was the whole point of getting Russ. If LeBron or AD is off the floor, we still have a player of their caliber on the floor at all times with Russ. If LeBron or AD can't play a game, Russ is supposed to be there to take over that mantle for that game or two or three.
That's what I
Not
thought.
the season. So when he's on the court and he's still having issues with chemistry on the court as well, you may have a good game or two or three, maybe a stretch of games. But most of the season we saw you did not gel well with the teammates on the court, and that has something to do with you as well. Not just the coach, because the coach can only take you to the water. He can't make you drink the shit.
That's true.
But
so what are the Lakers gonna do first? I'm just curious. What do y'all think? What are the Lakers gonna do first?
they got to find a way to make some money because they don't have no money.
No picks.
They don't have no assets.
No picks.
They don't have no pick, like no assets whatsoever, except for 2027 first round pick that they didn't want to trade in order to get Russ off the
But they
books.
didn't want to trade it at that point because they know if they wait till this offseason, not only is it 2027 available, but you also have the 2029 draft pick that you can get off.
It's a long time.
It is a long time, and then that means you ain't got no
But see,
draft
the
picks
Lakers
going
don't
to
really
2030.
build their rosters off of off of the draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they are LA.
they
Win
tried
now.
it.
Who don't want to go to LA and play?
They tried that too, and it didn't pan out.
Never do.
Caruso and Lonzo and
I mean, all of
Yeah,
them.
Yeah, they
all
did
those
get
guys.
Lonzo, and that didn't.
They flourishing
no.
now.
Yeah,
Half
I'm
the-
not
all,
gonna say
all
it
those
worked.
guys, all those guys.
We
are-
just
They gave up on him.
they
too
gave
quick.
up on him too soon,
that's true.
and
too.
I've always
Yeah.
been like that.
Yeah.
Like all of our all the the young core that we had,
Yeah,
like all of them are thriving right now,
That's
and
what I
like
was
we saw it.
I was going to agree with you on your AD take as
Mhm.
far as being the worst, a bad trade,
Mhm.
because I've kind of been leaning towards that for a minute. You always say no because you got a chip, but
That's
hear
all
me
you want.
out. They were looking for long-term longevity with this AD trade since they gave up the entire future. If you get one chip 1 year and the rest of your years ain't worth a
That's
dang,
the
then
only
that to
reason why I
them,
said
yeah, the longevity isn't there. You gave me one flash in the pan season. The rest of our franchise has been destroyed because we got you hoping you was going to deliver this for the next 2, 3, 4 years.
Mhm.
Instead, we're not getting anything out of you. So in essence, you gave me one hot season and I've got a dub for the rest of my 3, 4 years. My franchise look like crap and I don't have no draft picks.
That
your
was
fault.
my reason.
But that's why I understand why I can hear you saying like that was a pretty bad trade. If we don't get nothing else out of it except for that one chip,
Yeah.
and the rest of our season now we look like crap, and we got to wait for years and years and years and years again to be relevant again because we pretty much threw our entire future into this one guy.
Mhm.
Then I can understand the idea of that.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is don't become the Knicks of the West, fam.
Ooh,
Ah,
my God, he knows it. He knows it. He's not fighting
the
it.
Clippers are the relevant team in LA right now.
They are.
They
They
are.
make the
wild.
playoff. They're consistent. They have a good coach.
So let me ask y'all this: does this hurt LeBron's legacy? Because
No.
I mean,
Nah,
no.
are people going to blame him that the Lakers are going to be trash for the next 5 to 7 years?
No.
No, because it's 50 people that think like Kesey. It's at least 50. It's at least 50. In Los Angeles, it's more than that.
No, he said it perfect.
Yeah.
They're going to be looking at AD like you said, like, you got one good year out of him, and that was a bubble season. What have you done for this franchise besides
Get hurt.
get hurt every other game?
And be a worse 3-point shooter than Giannis.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It looked good.
Not this
Look
year.
pretty in the mud. Left the hands clean.
Clank.
But that's what Laker fans wanted, though. They wanted that too, though.
Yeah.
So they can't be salty at it either.
No, that's fair.
Because all Laker fans, that's what they wanted.
And AD should have been the centerpiece. That's what they were planning to do anyway.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with LeBron, but
Yeah.
AD's injuries wouldn't allow him to be the centerpiece. So, and I'm not giving LeBron a pass. I do like LeBron, but LeBron had to, and I'm gonna go ahead and pat you on the back for this one. Not physically, but LeBron got shafted a little bit. He had to do too much that a 37-year-old had to do. Although he helped orchestrate this trash team, he had too much weight on his shoulders without AD. With Russell Westbrook, triple doubles that include 10 turnovers, right? With nobody off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give LeBron, I'm not gonna give him a pass, but I'm going to say he did have to wear that mantle a little too hot this season.
Yeah, he had to wear all 5 hats this year.
He did. He had to
do
work.
too much.
He had to be superhuman for them to even
Yeah.
have a chance in
It
the
He
did.
had to do too much.
Again, like this was like unfortunately, but like this is what we expect. Like LeBron can do it. If anybody can do it,
It's LeBron.
LeBron can do it. So and then again, we've watched him be great for so many years.
And now he's getting old.
Now he's getting old. Like Tom Brady. Tom Brady is an exception. Like he seems like the only one that Father Time ain't really, doing
Exactly.
it. But then, it's like, but then we see so many other greats like Peyton Manning, get the football and stuff like that. Drew Brees and stuff like
The
that.
arm just went.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like one season, all of that can change. And of course, like it would. I think, like for me, it would hurt to see LeBron go out like that, just because like he's so great. And I just, but it's sad, but we are getting to that point that Father Time is undefeated. And again, going piggyback on AD, we made that trade with AD knowing that he was injury prone.
I was gonna say y'all knew.
So that's our fault. Like
Yeah.
I'll take complete blame for that. We knew what we was getting into. We just like fingers crossed, like it's gonna work. This man stayed injured. He was hurt. He was hurt
He
when
was
we
traded
made the trade. Like legit.
All-Star break.
Yeah,
yeah.
All-Star break.
So like it is our fault. Like
But yeah, LeBron's legacy is set. He's already stamped.
there's nothing really that they will change.
He
his
won a
legacy.
championship in LA. He's won a championship in every city he's played for at this point.
Yes.
So Stephen A. comments about him no longer being in the GOAT conversation.
Oh, but we don't listen
Ridiculous.
to Stephen A.
Come on.
I mean, I heard what he said. I thought it was interesting, but it never really changed for me. So it was always Jordan LeBron. So I'm standing here with Stephen A. Like it was always Jordan LeBron. LeBron just made it easier to say just when it happened to Jordan. That's all he did. He's looking at me crazy. Well, moving on. During Wednesday's press conference, the NBA commissioner Adam Silver said he and the league were looking into a trend of star players not participating in a full complement of games. And before I play the video, it's pretty much leaning towards should we be playing as many games as we're playing? And this video is from The Herd. I can't think of the guy's name, but it's on Fox Sports, The Herd. I listen to him quite a bit.
Adam Silver, he's after you now.
Here we go. Every time I play,
I'm saying.
I'll do it again.
I
will do it again.
Oh, I can't wait.
Here's what I would do if I was the NBA.
Uh-oh.
I would shorten the season to 68 games. Owners now can give up some home dates because they make a majority of their money through television. I would get back-to-backs out. I mean, these are unique bodies. 7-footers on planes, arriving at 3 a.m, have to get up for a shoot-around. Let's get rid of back-to-backs. By the way, if you shorten the season, you don't need back-to-backs. Also, I would extend the playoffs, create more urgent games. Let's get rid of 7-game playoff series. 5 max. I would have 3 in the opening round. I mean, really, first-round playoff upsets don't happen. Do I have to watch a good team hammer a bad team 4 times? I would also add minimum games played to awards. You have to play. If you get hurt, that's a you problem. But you have to play a minimum number of games to be all NBA. Guys get bonuses for that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to pretty much hear your thoughts. I mean, because I think that this topic has been kind of hovering over the NBA for like a couple years now, especially when one of the main guys who do this is Kawhi Leonard. Like, even though he get hurt last couple years, he is like, I'm not playing. And then but y'all playing against the champs or whatever. I don't care. I'm not playing. I don't feel like it. I'm not playing. So it's been like this kind of topic has been kind of hovering around the NBA for a minute. I just kind of want to hear you guys' thoughts because I personally agree with him up to like the playoff point. Like, let's just keep it at 7 because I mean, back in the day when it was like 5, I think it was like five first round, then 7, 7, 7. After that, I was cool with that. I didn't really pay attention. But this guy is a football guy mainly. I mean, his main thing is football, but he kind of dabbles in all sports. But I just want to kind of hear you guys' opinion. We'll kind of go around the table. Let's start with Tim. He's been surprisingly quiet.
I ain't been really quiet right there. You know, conversation.
I just think y'all was arguing a little bit last time you were here.
Maybe. I'm cool with the current playoff format. Honestly, I never really like I said. The best of 7 is always the best team is always gonna come out on top. Typically on the best of 7 team series. So I'm cool with having a best of 7, even if it is in the first round, because you never know what happens. Honestly, like right now, technically, the play-in is going to include Brooklyn.
Yep.
We know or feel that Brooklyn is better than Chicago.
Yep.
Toronto.
Easy.
Charlotte.
Yep.
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to be a low play-in seed. So if they happen to play
the Bucks
or the Heat or wherever they end up landing,
Mm-hmm.
the best of 7, the best team in that series, that includes the coach, that includes the players, that includes the training staff, the entire organization. In 7 games is going to come out on top. I felt that way last year when the Bucks beat them. I felt that way when every team that we played through. Like, so I'm cool with that format because we do want to see it go 7 games if it's a first round series against the Heat or if it's a 7-round series against the Bucks. Like, we would love to see that. Granted, it would be a heart attack for Bucks fans or Heat fans. Like, it's gonna be a lot of energy and emotion. But if you got that much faith in your squad and you believe in your squad like that,
roll the ball out.
Let's go. Let's see what happens. But typically, the best team comes out on top in 7. So I don't necessarily agree with we don't want to see a high seed beat on them because you also want that. Oh, they might lose this one. They might.
I think he was talking about more of the season where, like, during the season, the Bucks playing Sacramento Kings. Well, I got to see that. Or I'm sorry, like the Bucks playing Orlando Magic.
No, he used to about the playoffs.
He's about the playoffs too.
He's in the first round.
But
Which,
like
I mean,
4 times. Why we got to see them get beat up 4 times? I guess was my thing.
But just think of it like this. Here's another if Hennessy moment. I mean, if the Lakers beat Phoenix last year, because they went up 2-0, right?
Yeah, they did.
Imagine the 3. He said what 3 game for 5 game series. Imagine a 3-game series. And the Lakers are advancing on the number 1 seed.
Could be
off a fluky 3-game series. Compared to a 7-game series, like he said, where the real team is going to come out on top. So I wouldn't agree on a 3-game series or a 5-game series. That 7-game series allows for the true better team to come out. Because some people might get hot for a couple games. But to win a series, you got to be legit. You ain't going to beat no team unless you're legit. Just like the Bucks lost. Miami was legit that year because they had some studs, Duncan Robinson and them was shooting.
They played well in the bubble.
Hero was shooting. And that's AAU basketball type of style too, like y'all like to say. And that's why Duncan and Hero succeeded in that environment as well too. Just like AD.
I get what you're saying. I didn't agree with that. That's one part I probably didn't agree with. It's interesting though, because let's say they would have won that series. I don't if it's a fair. Yeah, in 3. The narrative for Los Angeles might be different. The narrative for LeBron may be different. I mean, I will say this with the 5 because once upon a time it was 5 games. You got to come out firing. And if you got caught slipping, you just get caught slipping. We move on.
But just think of it like this, though. What type of narrative would Chris Paul have had after he lost to the Lakers in a quick series as the number 1 seed?
The narrative he got now, he just need a championship. Ain't nothing going to change with his narrative.
It would have hurt him.
It would have been more.
So?
It definitely would have.
Because he wouldn't have been player to go and lead franchise to the most wins in their seasons, or the one that can orchestrate any team to the playoffs, stuff like that.
Yep.
Like that would have really hurt Chris Paul's reputation if they'd have bounced the first round. It helped that he made it to the finals.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All right. Point guard.
He's talking about how superstars don't play enough games, and maybe they don't play enough games because the schedule is too condensed. Why are we having back-to-backs with the end of the last week of the season? Like right now, for real, why?
It don't make sense.
Why are we doing this right now? And I get it. You don't want the NBA season to be 18 months long or whatever the case may be, but that's why players are sitting, because they want to make sure they know the playoffs is a whole different type of game. They're trying to make sure that their bodies are ready to go when it matters the most. So I get it. I don't know how I don't know if that was in the clip, but putting in the in-season tournament helps that, but that's something Adam Silver has been definitely high on. So
He has really been pushing it. So
we'll probably gonna get some soccer style in-season tournaments at some point. But overall, I'm not against trying to tweak with things to make it better, because I'm a big fan of the play-in tournament. I love how this goes. I love the fact that it makes teams competitive until the very end. But superstars don't play enough games, quote unquote, because y'all schedule is it's intensive. It requires a lot. So players are just trying to make sure they're ready for when it really counts.
Look, they get paid a lot of money to deal with that, though.
They do.
Yeah, a lot of money.
They do, and they know their narratives are crafted in the playoffs. So.
And that's why all of them are seeking the max deals, because they feel like I'm putting my body on the line so much. But then again, Jordan did it for what, $12 million a year, and he was the greatest player in the game.
Yeah, Jordan. See, the salary cap was different back then. Though.
I'm just saying.
And then in his last year, he finally got paid in his last year. But I bet you if he had a chance to get $30 million all them past years, he probably would have took it.
Yeah, he definitely took it.
But that wasn't an option.
Go ahead, bro.
The only thing that I agree with was that he said towards the end that with the All NBA team, because we recently just did a top 5, and specifically with my list, I had to go look at how many games guys actually played if I was going to put them on my All NBA team. So I can see to be on the All NBA team, you should play an X amount of games to be on that team. So I agree with that. Other than that, that's the only thing that I really agreed with.
That's one thing I did agree with. That's another thing I did agree with, because we get these. I didn't know before this year you had to do a certain amount of games to get the scoring title. I didn't know that. Something like that. I didn't know that. And but even going back to what you said, y'all All NBA team, I do want my guys to play. If you're on an All NBA team, I do want you to play at least 60 games.
Yeah,
so if you play half or a little bit over half the season, I'm like 50 games. I'm I'm kind of iffy on you, because you can be one of the greatest, but if you always injured, how do I know that?
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think his remarks were way off base. I mean, the season is really long.
It is.
And let's be honest, bro and I went to the game the other night, and I think the Bucks had 6 people rotating. We probably spent more time outside at the food court because the game was so boring. So the season is long, right? It is really long. I mean, the idea of 68 games, not a bad idea, but the NBA is a business. They want that money, right? Yeah. Even if the game was boring, guess what? It was still almost a sellout.
People watching it.
Right. It was still almost a sellout.
It was packed.
It was packed.
Which game were y'all at?
Pick one.
The game where it was no Drew, no Middleton, no Giannis, no Bobby,
Clippers game
no
Friday.
Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
153 though. We were like, wow, it was third quarter.
It was so bad the Bucks got another record set on them per usual.
By some bums.
That's how they lose.
By some bums. And so I'm okay if it's a shorter season. I am. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even okay with a first round playoffs being 5 games, because if you think about it, if you look at the history of the past couple of years, they've mostly been sweeps, right? They've been 4-0s. Bucks swept Miami in the first round. Bucks ended up getting swept the year before that in the second round. So I'm okay with that, but I do like the competitive nature of the playoffs. The thing that I think he said, to agree with everyone, that was most pivotal, and we argue about that when we give out our season awards. I'm still upset that Ball won the Rookie of the Year, because I don't feel he played enough for that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't feel he played enough for that. I think he was out a lot of games. So that's probably the thing I agree with him the most. Yes, I love the stat checks. I love it. I love it because we do it every time you say something too. The year LaMelo Ball won, he missed probably.
He did miss a lot. Oh, you said LaMelo. Yeah.
The year that Ball won, he missed a lot of games when he won the Rookie of the Year.
I didn't think he should have won, but
and I don't think he should have won because of that. So I think that's probably the smartest thing that he said was there should be a minimum number of games to qualify for these major NBA awards.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because Embiid right now, he was hurt a lot this season too.
No, he wasn't.
Not
No,
this
this
season.
year.
Last
This year.
season.
He missed a great deal of games this season.
I will
Not as
give you,
many
I
as
will
he
bet
did
you
last year.
$20 right now. That is not a fact.
Not this year. He played.
This year?
I'm up on the bet so far. I'm up on
This
So
year,
please
no.
bet him. Please.
Yeah, this year he only missed games because of COVID. He didn't miss any
Yeah.
games really.
No,
He
he
missed
does
more
not
than
do the
10,
injury.
right? Did he miss more than 10 this season?
When we did our All NBA teams on Monday, he had already played 65 games.
65. So he didn't miss as many because you're right, because he wouldn't qualify
Right,
for
right,
Yeah.
scoring
He won
title.
purple.
But if you look at the players that should have had better chances at winning these
60
awards, you look at they didn't play enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't play enough. So I think that was probably the most factual and thing that he probably said that Adam Silver really should consider. Because I'm trying to tell you, I mean, LeBron got X'd out of the scoring championship because he only played
56.
56 games. So I'm all
Yeah,
about
that's fair.
that.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the playoffs are starting play-in tournament, and then the playoffs are starting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we like to do a little predictions before we get up out of here. So we're gonna start with the West. We got New Orleans playing San Antonio. Who y'all got?
That's whatever date is 13. What day is it? 13.
Nope, that's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay.
So that's the 9-10 matchup.
Yeah, that's a 9-10
So whoever
matchup.
lose going home.
Yes, whoever loses going home.
I'm gonna take New Orleans.
New Orleans at home.
You like New Orleans at home?
Yeah, they got Zion gearing up to come back too.
They trying to get him back in here. I don't like the fact that he's trying to gear up to play, but that's that's my personal thing.
I mean, whoever wins this game ain't gonna beat the loser of the 7-8 seed game. But regardless, let's go. I'm gonna go with San Antonio.
Yeah.
I like San Antonio too. I like the way they play.
I like San Antonio. Coaching matters.
Ooh.
Yeah. No disrespect to who is the black coach in New Orleans right now?
It's not
comes in there.
he used to coach
Willie Green. Willie Green.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Willie.
Willie.
Uncle Willie. I'm going with New Orleans. I think CJ McCollum is good enough to beat them.
In one game, he definitely is.
He's good enough to beat San Antonio in one game because I don't see anybody else on San Antonio. I like Pop and I like Murray, but I just don't think they're enough to beat them this first round. And then, like you said, whoever they play out of that other game is going to put the claps on anyway because Paul George will beat them. I don't know. Minnesota has been on the streak.
No, Minnesota.
They've been on the streak, but you got to remember, it's only one game.
Yeah.
Anybody can be beat one game, and Minnesota don't have no playoff experience to me enough.
New Orleans
So
really
that
don't
I could see New Orleans possibly beating them.
Beyond got a bad
Minnesota.
hamstring too.
Huh?
Brandon Ingram's been dealing with a hamstring injury too.
He's been dealing with it all season.
And that's my thing because CJ McCollum has taken New Orleans. I don't want to say to another level, but they've been pretty good since the trade.
They've been respected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm picking San Antonio to beat them just based on the fact that they're not going to have enough to. I don't think they're going to have enough to beat San Antonio as far as going forward. But as far as going into the 7th, 8th match, I'm looking at. As much as I want Minnesota to win, they're not going to win. And I think because they're young, and you got Paul George coming back. He needed a break. Plus,
but you already know how playoff P do.
I do know how playoff P do.
We ain't gonna even talk about it, but everybody know how playoff P do.
Well, no, he tried to get rid of that last year.
He tried to.
He tried to.
Because
He played well last
He
year.
carried
He
them.
played good. I give him that.
One season
but
of it.
he didn't get him over the hump like
He
should have.
He's never going to be Indiana Paul George.
Last year he was kind of looking like it.
He was almost there.
Almost.
Because he was what, 2 games away from the finals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he looked like that last year.
Something about it just was like.
Reggie Jackson had a good playoff.
I'll say that.
That's what I'm gonna say.
It's carried over to the regular.
Yeah,
Like
Reggie
that's
didn't have a
who
good
he
year.
is now. Like Reggie Jackson took a
Yeah.
little leap. Not a
that's-
leap where it's like, oh my God, he can win everything for him.
Yeah,
But
but
like,
yeah,
he's-
Yeah, he will cook. He'll
He will-
cook you.
he'll
for a
cook
se-
you.
He'll cook you for a series, though. He'll cook you for a series. But what worries me if Minnesota lose to them. That with the confidence being taken from them, like out of that game, and having to play as hard as they're gonna have to play to beat the Clippers, because you really want to beat the Clippers because you would rather play Memphis than to play Phoenix first round
Oh yeah,
if
Oh.
you Minnesota.
all day.
Well, Minnesota isn't
Memphis
gonna.
is good too, but I would rather take my chances with another young team than have to go against Chris Paul and Devin Booker and them who just came off a finals experience. You know, get what I'm saying?
I get the argument.
I feel you. I just don't think
But Golden, I mean,
whether you
Memphis
7
is-
or 8, you in for a tough.
Yeah.
Like, you
Like,
probably ain't
for
gonna
real.
win.
Either way, you at the gallows.
Either way,
It's a wrap.
either
matter
way.
what.
But I'm just saying though, I would rather face. I don't know.
See?
That Memphis team is
Right.
different.
Memphis
They're
will run
not
you off the
scared of
court.
nobody.
Yeah, you're right.
Memphis is. I'll just say Memphis is different. They young, but you don't know they young,
Yeah.
and they.
Mhm.
I want to say. I hate to say they wild. They
got that
kind of
young
wild.
energy.
They
They
got
got
that
that young
young
energy.
energy. They got
That young energy in your face, energy. Like I don't care who we play.
And we
Yeah.
ain't tired.
Yeah.
And you know
Exactly.
the fourth quarter.
It's scary.
Bruh, they-
John Morant jumping 6 feet off the ground and he doing finger
Man.
rolls
No,
over the top of
ridiculous.
people like with the left hand. I'm like, dude. this
And they
dude
not
is
scared of nobody.
free.
They're not scared of nobody.
Blocks
That
off
dude
the
is a freak of
backboard,
nature.
then the dunk on you. Like, bro, come on. Then they
Man.
looking at you.
They, be, man, they so confident they come out all doing a dance. Every single one of them got a dance now, like dancing on the court, after the court. But
They deep too.
they
Yeah,
are,
they deep.
and,
They are.
and they're big, and they're big, and they're big.
If
They
it
got-
gets to that point, Phoenix versus Memphis in the Western Conference Finals. is
Would love it.
gonna
Yeah, that'd be great.
crazy.
yeah,
It's gonna be good.
I don't think. Well, besides the fact that I don't think Memphis gonna get there, I don't think they. I don't think they're ready for Charlotte. I mean, not Charlotte, Phoenix, because Phoenix is a low key problem. Like, oh, we're not in your face, but we know what we can do. And not Paul.
So
George.
are they similar to like
CP3? I think this is going to be his playoffs.
so are they similar to like the Golden State Warriors were when they were having those records? Would you say they're that type of team?
No, I don't think they're that type of team because the way you know, maybe agree with Dre. The way Steph was shooting when they were winning those championships,
Mhm.
and his handle, it was like we hadn't seen something like
Mhm.
that in a long time. So that's why he was blowing people away. Like he just put it through my legs and your legs, and then he just shot it from half court. How did he do that? So I won't compare it to that. I think that, you know, for me, Phoenix is like the Bucks when we had the best record in the league. We were just beating people because we were supposed to beat people.
Mhm.
As far as we just had a better all around team, and we got the guy who can't miss is Devin Booker. You got CP3 who was like, I want to get these guys the ball, and I don't have to score 20. I don't have to score 30. I could go with 2 points and 15 assists, and I'm good. And so that's why I look at Phoenix, but I also think they're gonna lose.
Phoenix also got some studs that come off the bench. I can't lie.
They
They
did.
bench play.
They're the best team in the West to me.
Mhm.
They bench play is like it's like the Warriors was. That's why I said that, because like you don't know who's gonna come off the bench and give you 20 because you got Bridges, you got Cam coming off, you got Payne coming off,
Johnson,
you got Johnson coming off,
Cam
you got
Johnson.
JaVale McGee even coming off the bench having good games. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
testament to Chris Paul. He
You
got
know what I'm
JaVale
saying?
McGee
Like-
looking good.
Yeah.
He got everybody on that roster looks good,
he's a champion.
even when he's out, because he got
Yes.
them all in a mode where they all are hungry. That's what it looks like to me, except for when they go against the Bucks.
They got revenge on their mind.
They
That's
do.
for sure.
Mhm.
But I like Minnesota against the Clippers because Paul George, you don't know what version of him you're getting. You know, you got play in, you know, you're trying to get there. And right now, I think Minnesota's hungry. I mean, if Minnesota was in the Eastern Conference, they would be, based on our current records, they would be the 6th seed right now. Right? If they were in the Eastern Conference with their 46-35, they would be above the Bulls. And so I think Minnesota every year gets, again, they're in the West. Like they're in
Yeah.
the West. And this is the year I think that Cat and Edwards is a star. He doesn't get a lot of love from a lot of people, but that boy be balling, right?
He do.
You got Pat Bev. He got revenge on his mind. He's still a defensive machine.
Pat who?
Right?
Pat who?
Pat Bev is on the team. He still
Hey,
brings that defensive
listen.
presence, though. You can't knock
Man,
that.
that does not defense. That mother is a hacker, and he will hurt you.
Well, he got revenge on his
He play
mind.
hacking defense. I don't care what nobody say. Pat Bev ain't playing no real defense. That stuff he was doing to KD that one year, man, I'd have jaw jammed him so fast.
Yeah, he hurt Russ one year with that stuff.
He,
Man. I remember
he
that.
the one that gave Russell his first injury.
Yep, but I'm gonna pick Minnesota over the Clippers.
No.
So you picking Minnesota for that 7th seed then?
For that 7th seed. Yep.
And then for that 8th seed, we're looking at
Whoever loses that 7-8 game gonna win. They're gonna be the 8 seed.
Right.
That's the two. That's yeah.
Yep.
so we're looking at Clippers the 8th seed, and we're looking at no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Clippers be the 8th seed.
So basically, as it stands,
I think
Yep.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
And even if it's flipped and it's Minnesota at 7 and Clippers at 8, like I still think it's gonna be those two teams in the playoffs.
3, 6. So who wins the Dallas Denver series?
I haven't even. Listen,
Well, right now we're looking at is it Dallas and
It's
Dallas and Utah?
it's Dallas, Utah right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dallas and Utah, which is gonna be an interesting series.
Is that locked in yet, or is it still something?
There's
Can that
still
still
some
move?
games
Yeah.
It's still some
after today.
it's-
It will
yeah.
be.
After today, some seeds might be moving, but what we're looking at right now is Dallas versus Utah. I think this is gonna be the year that Dallas goes past the first round.
Yeah, it's gonna be the end of Utah as we know it.
Yeah, I
Luka
think
gonna
this.
cry his tears and
No, I heard. Yeah, he do
Luka
be
been
whining. Like
cooking, though.
he cold.
Luka.
As much as he be whining,
He be
is
cooking.
that's actually who our Cody is. So I know these two guys hate him, but I'm a Luka fan just
Yeah.
because.
No, we like Luka
Yeah,
game
Luka
at Teck
cold.
Foul. We just think he whine a lot.
Yeah.
Who?
Luka.
Luka.
Man,
They,
Like,
they went to the Bucks
wait.
game when they
He-
went to
oh,
the
yeah,
Bucks
he-
game and they played the Bucks.
he
game.
won
almost
after
made
every
me walk
possession.
out the arena.
bruh.
I swear to bejesus.
That
He almost-
game should have been over 30 minutes earlier before it was.
He almost made me walk out the arena. I've never seen that from the tip. He tipped the ball and somebody bumped him like that, and he said, "Ref, you ain't gonna call that?" I'm like, "Dude, you play basketball."
You learned that from LeBron.
And most
No.
superstars.
No.
Yeah,
Luka's
LeBron
on-
has had games
Hey,
worth of
But
crying.
if you go back and look at the tape, LeBron has been fouled more than anybody in NBA history, probably.
Hey, listen, LeBron whine. We cannot say that's not true.
No,
but
no.
Luka whines more. So if you imagine how much LeBron whine, you amp that up. Like you times it by like 4
And,
5.
and he's not as quick as I thought he was. He does
No,
a lot of
he does
he does
his
a
own
lot
pace.
of hooking and a lot of like
He moves at his own pace.
orchestrating
He moves at his
the
own
game
pace.
by like
That's
his,
what
like,
makes
body
him
movement.
good. Like
Because
that. That's
he's
what makes
big.
him good.
That's a
Because he's
fact.
big, and that's what it is.
So he gets you in the post, or he can either try to drive by you. As soon as you get on his shoulder, he uses his weight. He gonna lean into you, get a foul,
Yeah.
or he gonna fade away on you, and you gonna have to lean into him, get a foul.
I was gonna
Or
say
gonna drop
he
step you.
can cross some.
But
folks,
he's not.
too.
He's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't have quick speed. He doesn't have
He moves
the
at his own
flashy
speed.
moves.
My thing about
It's
that is
just
that
he got unbelievable body control.
That's a
that
fact.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true too. But when my
Okay,
thing is
Stephen
like
B.
he
Okay.
Hit him with the wink too. Hit him with the coke and the smile.
Didn't he though?
once my thing about Luka is you be like Luka, he's going his left, and he be like, yeah, I'm going my left, and you not
You
gonna
can't
stop
stop
it.
it. So,
You're not
around
gonna-
him.
Because
yeah.
he's six. What is he? 6'8"?
Like 6'8", 6'9".
6'8",
Like,
6'8".
And you can't speed him up if you wanted to. You can't make him like frazzled. Like he gonna play at his speed all the time.
And then Utah, I think this is like you said, this is the end of their era of
That
their team.
experiment.
I don't want to say experiment because they do have a good solid team, but sometimes a good solid team just isn't good enough.
yeah.
And it comes to the playoffs. I mean, I don't know what Donovan Mitchell gonna do.
Donovan
I don't know what.
Westbrook?
No,
No?
Why-
No way
No.
Utah do that.
Utah not gonna do that.
Lakers would love to.
Lakers,
Utah
please.
absolutely not.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
But him, Gobert, they linking him with Dallas. They're linking him with a couple other teams. He probably gone, but I think this is the end of the coach talking about he gonna be gone. So I think this is the end of that era.
Yeah, he might not. He might go to LA.
yeah, they tampering over like a mug in LA, ain't they?
Man.
Quinn-
We trying to get
uh,
Doc Rivers and Quinn
Quinn
Snyder.
Snyder.
Yeah,
Quinn
they
Snyder.
linking them both.
Yeah,
Like,
Quinn
ain't they both coaches still?
Yeah, they are on a contract. On a contract.
I'll plead the
right?
fifth.
I don't know how you can link names.
Complete the fifth.
All right.
You know who that is. You know who that is.
Allegedly. I don't want Doc though. I do not.
You definitely don't want that
I do
problem.
not
No,
want
you don't
Doc
want
Rivers.
Doc. You don't want Doc?
Hell no.
Doc runs players into the ground, bro.
No Doc?
What
No
are you
doubt,
getting out of
bro.
Doc?
A playoff loss. That's what you
Exactly.
want.
Like, hell.
Like seriously,
Like,
what are
come
you
on,
getting out
man.
of Doc?
And he
You got
runs
kids
players in the ground.
in Boston.
No, bro.
What do you
Cool
got
on
after
Doc.
that?
You're
He's hard
getting
on
the
players.
best player
He
ever.
had some rough rosters though.
Come on, man.
He had some rough rosters. That's
His rosters, his rosters,
nice.
no, his rosters always ran into a better team.
But you know what his problem
I don't know
was
about
in-
nothing about
in
coaching.
LA though was with the Clippers. Every time the playoffs came, Chris Paul got hurt. So he couldn't get over the hump with him.
And then he ran into a better Golden State Warriors team.
And then you got to remember the Golden State Warriors was the top dog then.
No, they were for sure. But
Mhm.
Doc's strong suit is not in-game adjustments.
Nope.
Like
Yeah.
he's gonna roll out what he said he was gonna do, which is what Bud did a lot too, which is why I was like, Bud got to go. But
Yeah.
what Bud did last year for the first time as a Bucks coach was he's like, I'm gonna start making some adjustments. I'm gonna try different things out. We're gonna throw different schemes at people.
Mhm.
I have not seen Doc Rivers adjust in that way yet,
Yeah.
and I would not trust him to be my playoff coach.
Yeah.
No.
Then he,
Which is why Philly.
And now they got James Harden on top of that too.
On top of that, and then he
Good luck.
blaming James like, hey, my fault.
Already.
Look at
Right.
James.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Philly just gave up their future without. Did James even sign his extension?
Nope.
He said he was a late. He was late. He wanted to. He planned to,
Mm.
but he got there late.
Just a little bit, you know.
Mm.
That's
One strike
funny.
midnight, bro. Just
That
missed
sound
it.
a little suspect
He was
to
like,
me.
oops.
You can't sign a contract when you got some ditties in your face.
Hey,
He broke me eye. I can't.
You say what happened?
He's at the strip club. He can't sign that. We got titties
Oh,
in your
yeah,
face.
his contract, man. So Philly better, man. That walk away anointing. You know, Harden, you get mad and leave
Quietly.
quick.
Oh, he done that. He after this.
I'll give him to November 15th. He'll be requesting another trade. 2 days before the deadline.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Get me out of Philly. I'm tired of Embiid.
And then we got Golden State versus Denver. If we don't have Steph, they're barbecue chicken.
Against Denver?
Yes.
I think it'll be a good fight against Denver.
I think they're barbecue chicken if they don't have Steph.
I don't think they barbecue chicken. They're gonna need Klay Thompson to look like he has been recently, which is more so like his old self. They're
Mhm.
going to need Jordan Poole to keep looking the way he's been looking. They're gonna need Draymond to be the defensive anchor. Like they can tread water. If Steph's out the whole series,
Mhm.
I don't know. But Denver is ran by Jokic and the amazing wizard, like how he's a wizard with the ball and everything he can do there. But like I don't think it's gonna be easy for either team. That can go 6 or 7 easy.
Yeah.
Easily.
For sure.
But and that's why I said that though. Like, let's say it does go 7. Let's say Steph, because right now we don't know when Steph's coming back. We just know he is coming
They
back.
said he'll be back in time for the playoffs.
Thank you, Marcus
Yeah.
Smart.
So, my thing about that is, and I don't know where I heard this. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green have played 10 minutes together, if that.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, you're asking, because I think we see those 3 guys on the floor, and we're like, oh, this is like the old Golden State, and then you got Poole playing some good ball, but Poole isn't. I don't think he, and I commend Poole. I think he should be a candidate. I don't think he should win, but for 6th man of the year or whatever. But
I think he started
or-
too many games for that.
No,
Yeah,
he
he
started
started-
too many.
He
Yeah.
he started too many. Okay,
Mhm.
He played-
so or most
Most
improved,
improved
most
consideration.
improved.
Yeah.
So I get that, but I guess the way that Djokovic is running that Denver team
Mhm.
by himself pretty much, and he's playoff strong and he knows what it is. So I just don't see, if they don't have a strong Steph Curry, them beating them in a 7-game series. And that's
Mhm.
we just talked about how somebody, if it goes to 5 or whatever. If it was 5, I'll really be voting for Denver. But 7. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Golden State will win.
Golden State. I got Golden State.
I got Golden State.
I know
I
you
think
do.
I think they're overall a better team, even
Yeah.
without Steph. Because
I
I mean,
think-
if Denver had Murray and they had MPJ,
it'd
like
be different.
then different. But
Mhm.
without those two,
Yeah.
and then without Steph, I
Yeah.
think they kind of are pretty even.
I think
In
Wiggins.
fact,
I think
but-
Wiggins puts them over the hump
Yeah.
of beating Denver.
Yeah.
Because
You think so?
Yeah.
Wiggins has had a great season this year. This is probably
Yeah.
one of his best seasons.
All-Star season.
He could have been an all-star, but it's just.
I mean, he
had-
was. I'm just
he had
saying,
so
like,
many, he had so many mediocre seasons. Like this was well overdue. So like they not gonna hype it up too much yet.
Let Canada vote. That's the only reason he made
No,
it.
it was the K-pop.
Yeah,
the
K-pop.
The K-pop
Yeah,
guy.
them. Yeah, he wouldn't have made it. But Golden State, if I'm Golden State, I'm still resting Steph Curry in the first round. I'm
You're
resting.
still what?
No,
Here's
it's
why.
playoffs. You don't
Because
rest
Jor-
him. You
here's
don't
why.
rest him.
Because Jordan Poole is putting up major numbers right now, and Clay is tapping into himself. I don't want them to rush Curry back to potentially get injured again. And we see that when the playoffs, teams tend to rush their players back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got Golden State beating Denver. I mean, Denver is only as good as Joker is, right?
Mm-hmm.
God forbid Joker have a bad game. It hasn't happened yet, but God forbid Golden State figure out how to do something with Joker.
Mhm.
That series is over. It's not going to be a sweep. I think it'll go to stretch, 6 or 7, but I'm not rushing Steph back for the first round. I'm not. That's just me.
Shoot, they might not even get him. I just double checked. The 3, 4, 5, and 6 seed in the West is still up to grabs right now. So Golden State or Dallas can be third. Dallas or Golden State can be fourth. Utah or Denver at 5, and then Denver or Utah at 6.
Because Golden State is 52-29. I think they have a game tonight.
Yeah, they got a game today. Last game is tonight.
Against the Pelicans.
Yeah.
So,
but that game, I don't want to say they're gonna be resting some people, but you got to rest Clay somewhat.
The Pelicans resting.
Pelicans resting. Yeah, that's true.
They need all that rest. they need to save what they got coming on Tuesday or Wednesday. So as it stands right now, you got Golden State and Denver, man. I'm rocking with you guys.
Okay. So we got Phoenix going into the next round. We got Phoenix, and you guys picked, let's say Dallas. I think we all weren't around the table. Dallas had the majority. We got Phoenix and Dallas.
You talking about in the second round matchup?
Second round matchup.
A fantasy.
A hypothetical.
Hypothetical. These are all
Phoenix is going to
hypothetical.
the Western Conference Final, so it don't matter who you put up against.
Yeah. I think this is a 4-1. I think Luka can pull out one, but after that,
It's only one team I can see that can compete with them in the West, and that's Memphis. But Memphis might be too young to beat them. That's the only thing.
So y'all don't think if Steph come back, Golden State has a chance?
No.
I think they'll make it interesting. I just think that Phoenix all around is a better team. Like we talked about on the show this past week, like they have the prototypical player at every position that you would want for it. And then you got Mikal Bridges as like the defensive player of the year candidate. Like they're a really good team, and they're a team that's been playing mad because they mattered that they won 2 games in the finals to go up and then lost the next 4. Like they got something to prove this season.
They don't want that Milwaukee smoke.
So, okay, then we all predict, fantasy. We got Memphis versus, let's say, Golden State.
Ooh, I got Golden State, man.
Of course you do.
Against Memphis?
I got Golden State.
Against Memphis?
I got Golden State.
I got Memphis coming.
You know he rocking with Steph.
I know he is.
I got Golden State, man. I think Memphis is great. They're a good team, but experience matters, man.
Yeah.
Experience matters, and Golden State are experienced in the playoffs. If Steph Curry, F was a fifth, yeah, I'll be drunk. If Steph Curry comes back, you got Phoenix and Golden State in the conference finals. Just to do it a quicker way for my own way. You got Phoenix and Golden State in the conference finals if Steph Curry comes back.
I say they have nothing coming.
Really? That's what you think?
Oh, yeah.
I say they have nothing coming because I don't think there's a person on Golden State who can hold defensively John Morant. And I'm talking Steph, I'm talking Clay, because Clay was usually that defensive guy, hold guards, and then Draymond would get whoever else is the big man. You got this season in particular, Draymond Green has been struggling.
He's struggling defensively because his body is catching up.
He wasn't before he got hurt.
Yeah.
And
It was after his
and then when
injury is what did it.
But yeah, coming back from this injury, he hasn't been Draymond Green. He said it himself. Like the defensive man, we not.
The last couple of weeks he's picked it up a little bit. So I'm curious to see how they look going into the playoffs. But when he came back, he looked absolutely god awful. But I think that might have been just a little rust and trying to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, he didn't cuss them a few of them out. Yeah, he didn't cuss them out. I just they had because he was getting heated a couple games I watched.
You see it.
He wanted to call Jordan Poole so many names one game. Jordan Poole let somebody go past him like 3 times in a row.
And we talked about how deep Memphis is, and I think it's just a little bit too much for Golden State. I see them going to the conference finals.
Memphis?
Yeah.
With or without Morant?
With
Drop back.
Drop back.
Yeah,
Is he
drop
back
back
now?
now.
Last
Yeah,
night
he's
he
back.
put on a show.
he dropped the
No,
dub.
he put
He
on a
came back,
show
dropped the
last
dub.
night.
Did you not just hear me say he jumped 6 feet off the ground and finger rolled it with his left
Well, he
hand?
been
off
doing
the
that
top
all
of the-
He thought that was another game.
I'm like, he's been doing that all season.
But he just did it off of injury. Coming back
Yeah,
off
like,
injury.
no, last night
like,
he was wilding.
Memphis
Was that-
had
what was
55
that-
in the quarter.
I thought he jumped higher for the block than he did for the finger roll. I was like, man, that's crazy.
He had a quick pat, went to the left, and then he was like, everybody else was like right here. His arm was like this. He was like, finger rolled it in.
So y'all got
Giant.
Memphis and Golden State. So you got Memphis
and Phoenix.
in the conference final.
I do
Yep.
too.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zeke, what you got?
I got Memphis.
Okay.
I got Memphis and Phoenix.
Okay.
I just don't see because I kind of thought what you thought, Dre. Like they young, and as bad as they want to beat everybody and talk crazy while they do it,
Mhm.
like this is AAU. That experience does matter, and I think in the playoffs it shows the most. But me, like I said, I don't know if Golden State gonna get past Denver, but if they get past Denver, Memphis definitely gonna beat them because they too deep.
Mhm.
Exciting times.
They the two better defensive teams. That's why I see it.
Exciting
Defensively, they both are
Yeah.
studs. So I think that's why they'll both end up in the Western Conference Final.
times.
Luckily, if Luka controls the tempos of the games, he might can make it there, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
He looks a little winded some games too.
He does. I mean, having Spencer Dinwiddie,
Spencer, who?
he helps. He helps a lot because it used to be him and
Tim Hardaway Jr.
and the unicorn who was hurt all the time. So
Porzingis.
the
The
unicorn.
unicorn.
Is that what they call him?
That's what they used to be.
That's what they
Yeah.
used to call him.
Really?
He used to
For
be
sure.
a unicorn.
The unicorn.
Oh, no wonder he got hurt so much. With a nickname like the unicorn. Who calls a man a unicorn?
Well, he's a rare breed.
That's what they were
he's a
saying.
rare
Like,
breed.
he can do everything.
He's
on
a
the-
mythical
that can do
creature.
everything.
But in the fairy tale land, the unicorn was always known as a woman, though, right? Or a female, right?
No,
Because she had like a colorful pony. The unicorn always had the colorful
man,
tail.
we
and-
are gender
colorful
biased.
colors.
All I know is Charlie the unicorn.
Right.
Remember, it's 2022. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. Y'all better not refer to me as no unicorn. Nothing.
They
I
can
don't
call
care
you,
what-
Can they call you mythical?
They can call me mythical, they can call me hithical, they can call me whatever. But don't call me no unicorn.
I can respect that.
Zeke, we know what triggers them down.
Just like
I'm
you
calling
said,
unicorn
we
right
all
now.
grown up. We ain't on no TikTok, right?
Hell, you
Right,
right.
we are.
First of all, we know TikTok.
You better not refer to me as no unicorn. I tell you that.
So Eastern Conference, man. Take us there, bro.
Eastern Conference play-in tournament. Right now, we're looking at Atlanta and Charlotte. I think this is going to be a very
This is
interesting.
It's set.
Eastern
East
set.
is set.
Eastern is set.
Oh, East is set. Okay, East
Because
is set.
Brooklyn just won.
Yep,
okay.
East is set.
And Bucks just lost too. So
Yep, East
Yeah.
is
So all
set.
we need, the Bucks can drop to 3 if Boston wins.
Boston.
we're 3 automatically because of the Bucks loss. I thought.
No.
No,
No.
Boston
if
gotta win.
Boston wins, we are 3. But if Boston wins or loses, we 2.
But
Yeah.
they're projected to win tonight.
Who are they playing today?
They're
Memphis.
playing Memphis, but Memphis is sitting everybody.
Sending everybody.
And
And Boston
Boston-
needs to.
They're playing everybody.
Boston
Boston,
playing
yeah.
their squad.
They need the
seeding.
seeding.
Yeah.
They need seeding. They want to go up one.
Okay, well, let's start with the play-in tournament. We got Atlanta and Charlotte. I think this is going to be a very interesting match.
Same record.
Ooh.
Same
Atlanta
record,
got-
and Atlanta has some injuries. That
Mhm.
Collins
That
injury
Collins
is
is
going.
big.
That Collins
Yeah.
is big.
Mhm.
And
Big
then
deal.
the thing about Charlotte, to me, going back to LaMelo, to me is just disappointing. I didn't like LaMelo to win Rookie of the Year, and this year he hasn't been that guy. He's been that. He is who I thought he was before he got drafted.
Don't sound like a hater now.
I don't want to sound like a hater. I'm trying not to sound like a
Very
hater
haters.
because before I was like, okay, he's got it, and then he don't.
Well, one thing too with the Hornets is that for some reason, whenever Gordon Hayward is hurt, they fold.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and he's hurt
just
right
that
now.
good.
He is hurt right now.
Yep.
You say what?
Gordon Hayward is just that good for them.
Like something about
Not the
his
Triple H line, bro. He's just that good. Come on, man.
for them.
For
Like
them.
he
Yeah, for
fits.
them,
he
yeah.
fits really well with that roster. I don't know
Him and
what it
Westbrook.
is,
Oh,
but like
Potentially in the future.
yuck.
Do you know how much money that man make? Man,
I bet
But when
Jordan-
he's healthy, he looks good, and so does Charlotte.
I like Atlanta, man. You can't bet against Trae Young, man.
Yeah, you can.
In a game, in
I
one game,
can.
no, in one
I
game,
can.
I think I'm going Atlanta.
I'm going with Atlanta. Trae Young's gonna have a stellar.
But I got
game.
Atlanta as well.
But
in one game.
But that's the thing. One game, anything can happen in one game.
And that's
That's
what I'm
very
talking
true.
about right now. It's play in.
One
I got
game.
Trey.
I got Trey too.
I got Trey.
because of what I just said before about LaMelo, is he still playing AAU ball, and it's just like, man, what the? It's just very irritating.
Now I will say we are fans.
Huge
LaMelo
fans
Ball.
of LaMelo.
Well, I say we. I mean, me and Ken in
Huge.
particular. We are
Since he was
very
on-
big
yeah.
LaMelo Ball fans.
Okay, look, why?
You said why?
Why?
Well, one, we've watched LaMelo since he was in high school, so we
Exactly.
just
watched the-
I did too,
the growth.
and I was just like, oh,
But y'all,
that's
know,
what you.
y'all agree that he shouldn't have been rookie of the year, right?
I
I don't
don't
agree.
recall who else was in the running with him last
Edwards.
year.
Edwards.
Edwards.
Oh, he came on late. That's right.
Yeah,
No, I think last
Edwards
year.
came on
No,
real
it
late.
was, they got it right. LaMelo
I think last year
came on.
I said like he didn't play a lot of games, but I think I was like when he did play, he was so much better than
Yeah.
anyone else in the field. I can get why he won the award.
Yeah, but he came on late too.
But yeah, if Edwards would have played the way he started to towards the end of the season, like the
Did
whole
he-
way through, it
yeah.
would have been a whole different conversation.
For
But
sure.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean LaMelo can get hot. No, I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I'm not gonna doubt Baby DeBarge. I'm not gonna doubt
Baby
DeBarge.
Keith, who you got, bro?
I think they can do it. I'm going with LaMelo.
Hello.
You going LaMelo?
I'm going Charlotte too.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
I think they can do it.
Jordan.
I want to see them do it.
I do too.
I want to see it. Yeah, I mean the thing about why I'm going with Atlanta because Trey been here before,
Mhm.
and
Trey was conference finals last year.
yeah, he was conference finals last year.
But they don't have the roster that they had because the
That's true,
number
too.
one person that was getting them over the hump was John Collins last year. His presence
I
defensively.
forgot they without John
Mhm.
Collins
Yeah,
that quick.
He got a finger and a foot injury right now,
Shoot.
so
Yeah.
he's there. I think they're cooked because Clint Capella can't do nothing but catch lobs and possibly block a shot or two.
He get rebounds as well.
I mean, yeah, true.
Nah, he's a
But how many
defensive
points?
anchor,
How many
though.
points you expect him to get to?
About like
He
12.
ain't there for that.
About
Though.
like, yeah, about like 12 and like 20 rebounds.
Like, you're not there to score.
I'm going 12, 15, 6 assists.
So what happens
I
when he
don't
pick
know
up
about
foul number 2 in the first quarter? So what happens when he pick up foul number 2 in the first quarter?
With that barbecue
Like he
chicken.
did against the Bucks.
They got that young cat. There's a young forward that they have in Atlanta. They real high on. What is it? He got a foreign name too.
Hold on, let me see.
Last name. I think it began with an O or something like that. But
You
when we
talking
played
about
Atlanta,
Hurdle.
he played. No, he was covering. He was on Giannis when we was playing Atlanta.
Is it Hurdle?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? It was the young,
hold
springy.
on.
I forgot what his name was, but they got a really young, springy forward that got a little bit more offense than Capella, but
Mhm.
he has the potential to be there defensively. And
Oh, I
he's
can't
guarding
pronounce his
Giannis.
name. I know you're talking about.
Who
You're
you
not
got?
talking about
Oh,
balls,
Onyeka.
are you?
You're talking about Onyeka.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okongwu. He's coming on for Atlanta, and he's been kind of like a younger bright spot for them that has been stepping into those minutes.
But is he gonna be able to step up to the plate in a game like this? This is a
That's
you know what I'm saying, a big game.
my thing about that is Charlotte doesn't have
A big.
a big. They biggest guy I think is
PJ Washington?
Might be,
PJ Washington, and I don't really count on
Did they
him.
still got a
As,
Zeller?
they do
keep
got
Zeller on the roster.
they keep Zeller.
Yeah.
I think he's there like on some OG stuff.
Don't they got what you call it from the Badgers? What's his
Frank
name?
the Tank.
Kaminsky.
No, he got
No,
cut from
no,
the
he
Suns.
got cut from the
He-
Suns.
They got a Plumlee.
I thought he got cut from
They got a
they picked him
Plumlee.
up.
They got a
Yeah,
Plumlee.
yeah, they do
Oh,
got.
Oh, they got
Trez, too.
Plumlee.
They got
Oh,
Trez.
And they got
Yeah,
Trez.
yeah.
Hey,
I mean-
I think Melo and Bridges is enough for them
Mhm.
to get
got
over that.
Charlotte.
I
Yeah.
got Charlotte.
I can see
I
going
got
either way.
Charlotte.
I like
it's-
Bridges.
I'm just picking.
But
That's a
Bridges
coin
could
toss.
have a game where he goes 3 for 12.
So could
But
Trey.
he's tough though. He's tough. He's the type of kid don't give up. That's why I like the way he play.
Mhm.
So he's
That's
gonna
true.
do whatever it take to probably try to get them over the hump tonight.
Hmm.
All right.
I'm sure we all going for Brooklyn here, but I'm just gonna ask around the
Yeah,
table.
I'm
anyway.
going Cleveland. Actually.
You going Cleveland?
Mhm.
Really? Why?
I like that Evan Mobley's back for Cleveland, and he gives
do
them a
like
true
that.
big, and he is honestly one of my picks for Rookie of the Year.
He is Ricky in my book.
In my books, I
Like-
think he is. He's had the most consistency.
And
That's
he's
what we
just-
said last
he's a
week. We
We said that
monster,
last
bro.
week. Yeah.
He's a monster. He could do it. He could do a little bit of everything. He could pass. He can shoot. He can block. He can rim run. Like board. Like he is a. I feel like he will be the X factor in them beating Brooklyn
Mhm.
because I don't think they have
play
an answer for
defense.
him. They go put Nick Claxton on him. I think he go cook him. I mean, go work him.
But my thing is though, who guards Kevin Durant?
Nobody.
Nobody. He's getting 50.
That's it.
He's getting
Like,
50.
that's just what happens.
Yeah.
Nobody.
But Kyrie's playing also.
You
So
have to
like
Retire
start
his
trying to
number
either
tomorrow.
worry about doubling him or something. But
So either you
Durant's
gonna-
gonna get his game off.
Kyrie's gonna get his 30 too.
That's
Maybe.
true.
Possibly.
Kyrie-
There's Kyrie score.
I
Kyrie's
want
30.
Kyrie to play Toronto, so he can't play at all, man.
But Kyrie don't do the defense though. So like Darius Garland can start turn around and get 35
yeah.
on him too.
That's
They
true.
might cancel
That's
each other
true.
out.
Like Garland could put him up.
Oh, Garland might not play tonight. Do you see he collapsed
put
last
that
night?
For the
play-in.
play-in.
Playing tournament though.
Huh?
Playing
Playing
tournament.
We're talking playing, bro.
He might not play.
What are you
Garland?
talking about?
He got hit in the head last night.
Garland was just playing the Bucks a couple hours ago.
But they were saying he might not play the first play-in game.
They was lying because he was just playing
Oh.
2 hours ago against the Bucks.
That's why I'm like, nah,
Concussion
Cleveland.
protocol.
And then what's your boy name?
Okay.
Jared
Oh, you
who?
good, boss.
Hey, if
Jared
Jared
Allen?
Allen comes back, because I did
It's
hear
a
he
wrap.
might make it back in time for the playing.
Now, Jared Allen come back?
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
For Brooklyn?
Jared who?
And one
Yes.
game. We're not
Yes.
talking about a series.
Wow.
Even in yes, Jared Allen is
He got
good.
some smoke for Brooklyn. I know he do. I know he got some
Oh,
smoke.
he
for
definitely got
See
some
who you picking, bro.
I'm going with Brooklyn. I don't care what nobody else say. Because I'm not going against KD in no
You
game
have to go
in
against him
the
the next
city.
round?
Huh?
You gonna have to go up against him the next round?
No,
When
I
they play
ain't.
the Bucks.
He ain't
Bucks
gonna
about to be three
The Bucks
seed.
gonna be 3 seed. Watch,
Y'all
because
think
they just
so?
lost.
No, for sure.
For sure. Because Boston is going to win that
Vegas
game.
got Boston winning
Okay.
like by a landslide. They're not gonna lose out on that money.
I'm okay
Memphis.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the Bucks.
Which
being
means
three.
it's going to be
Us in
Milwaukee,
Chicago.
Chicago.
Bucks for the
But it's gonna be
Oh,
so
that's
many
a sweep.
Chicago
Bucks
fans
for
in the
the
building.
sweep.
That'd be a tune-up.
They're going to be in the building for
That's
maybe
what
the
we
first
need to- We
game.
need to buy some tickets, bro, because Chicago gonna make it look like a home game up in there.
And they
Look,
gonna go
man,
home with an L.
They gonna go home with an L. They definitely going home with
They
an
getting
L.
swept.
Yeah, they getting swept.
We got some revenge
They
for
getting
that.
swept.
So y'all saying number 2 is gonna be Boston,
Yep.
and they're gonna be playing Brooklyn.
If they go,
If-
it turns out that way, yeah.
If it turns out the way.
Ideally, I would like for Brooklyn to lose against Cleveland in the playing game because I really want to see Miami,
And
Brooklyn first
Dude,
round.
I really
That's
do.
what I,
yeah.
that's like the basketball fan of me. That's what I want to see.
That's the series I want to see.
That's what I want to
Why?
see.
Because I think they can get him out the paint.
Because first of all, I love the PJ Tucker Kevin Durant matchup that
Yep,
we got to
that's
see
okay.
last year. I
I
love to
think he
see
hurt
that.
now, though.
No,
PJ?
PJ definitely had a calf injury.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that this week off with the playing tournament help him get back to speed. But yeah, Brooklyn and Miami, like it
For
just feel like it's
one-
gonna be fun.
Brooklyn will wear them down. They're gonna go 7 games.
With Miami?
Yeah,
I can see it.
I can see them
think
going
Miami
7
might
games. Just off of Kevin Durant
Might catch
alone.
him at 5.
Even though they might not
Brooklyn
win
can get 'em in
it, but I can
six.
see them going 7.
Mhm.
But I just want to see somebody beat Miami. I hate Miami. Ever since they swept the Bucks that year, I just can't stand them. Like,
I mean, we swept them.
and then,
We got him back.
I know we got them back, but my energy for them
Wasn't
does
that
not
gentleman sweep?
change.
It was a gentleman sweep in the bubble. Yeah.
I mean,
Gentleman
but
sweep.
I kind of as a regular sweep because Brent Forbes is like he outscored their star.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I
Last
mean,
year.
really, I mean,
and
Yeah.
plus I want them to have a dose of reality because Miami they
They be hyped.
kind of cocky a little bit to me, like
they
hero.
cocky every year.
You know what I'm saying? And you know Jimmy cocky.
Jimmy cocky,
who?
Tyler cocky.
Then he let Spoelstra cuss him out like that in the court.
That's because he had Udonis behind him. What else was he gonna do?
Man, you
True.
don't want to smoke with Udonis.
Nobody do.
Don't
I
nobody
mean,
want.
but Jimmy told him to square up, bro. Like you see it in the video.
Yeah,
It's supposed to,
Spoelstra
like,
reaction,
you
like-
want me to fight you? Like, are you serious? like, hey, I'm not gonna fight you. And Udonis is like, I will, bro. What's good?
That's exactly
like, right
it.
now. What's up?
Oh, Jimmy, I told you, Jimmy got real mellow after that one.
He don't want it. He don't want it.
And then
He don't want
Spoelstra
it.
came on the court. What's up?
I
Going at him. What's up?
That's the first time I've seen Jimmy just be like, I mean, do you really want me to fight you? I just, he just kind of backed up.
As soon as you DC, yeah.
Because
Soon as he seen
O'Donnell's
UD,
got,
Oh,
he got
yeah.
Jesus.
Mr. Dane
hands.
County himself. He don't want no smoking, Mr. Dane County.
Nothing to lose. But you think Miami gonna beat? You think Brooklyn would beat Miami, or you think Miami would beat Brooklyn?
Truth be told,
I think
Just-
Miami can beat Brooklyn.
Miami can beat them because of the team chemistry and the coaching. I think
But that chemistry is
But
off
the,
right
the,
now.
the only thing with Miami is the half court offense in Miami's will always gives me pause. Like defensively, outstanding for sure. But like they half court offense is predicated on Tyler Hero giving them 20 at least. Like they
Mhm.
need Tyler
Can
Hero
they
to give them
get 20
20.
off the bench?
But the thing is, like defensively, who on Brooklyn? Like Brooklyn's defense is kind of like I don't really
Body.
know. But in Miami, you can throw Kyle Lowry on Kyrie.
Mhm.
Oh, he
Problems.
would. Barbecue chicken.
He gonna give him some
For
problems.
who?
No.
For Kyle Lowry to guard Kyrie.
Yes, he gonna
Kyrie
give him
ended
some
up with
problems.
3 fouls in the first 5 minutes because Lowry would fall all over the damn place and get those calls. He
Plus,
gets those
The
calls.
playoffs, you don't get them.
Yes,
though.
he does.
Yes, he does.
That's what
I
makes him a
haven't-
nuisance.
No,
Kyle
Kyle
Lowry gets
Kyle Lowry's a
those.
big, like
Yeah, he's a big body, and that's why he gives Kyrie such a
Little chunky.
problem
Listen,
because he's a little chunky, he a little.
little
He
chunk
crafty,
chunk,
like
a
he
little
get
body.
he give
I'ma
him Chris
tell you
Paul
like this.
elbows randomly, and then all of a sudden cats ready to fight him.
because the thing is with guys like Kyrie, with guys like KD, like they gonna get their buckets. All you can do is make it difficult. You don't want KD to get 40 on 20 shots. You want, if he gets 40, okay, throw up 35 shots, and that's a win in your book.
yeah.
And
I
Miami
agree.
has the personnel to make everything difficult for Brooklyn. Every possession down the court.
We look. What about Philly and Toronto?
Philly.
Ooh, my
Now Philly has some guys who are unvaccinated.
exactly.
That is going to make the difference.
Yep.
And I see Toronto beating Philly.
If it's Philly Toronto first round, give me Toronto.
I'm looking at Toronto
Really?
too.
Give me
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yes.
No, Toronto is an issue,
Give me Toronto. A whole team of 6'8" dudes except for Fred VanVleet. Like just switch everything all the time.
and he's shooting from half court still.
And we talked about this. Like Toronto's that team where you
He's
like,
the East,
oh,
he's
man,
the East Kryptonite. They are the East Kryptonite.
Yes.
They will beat you on
Yeah.
any given night.
They
Yeah.
are that type, and they got young, big, athletic forwards.
Yeah.
across the board,
Siakam,
bro.
Siakam should
Nice.
have been at least second team all defensive. All
He could be all
all
NBA.
NBA.
I think he's
He should- he
I
be
think
on
he got
the,
third team though.
Did they come
all
out with
the-
awards already?
Well,
no,
like,
they
well,
have,
last
no.
year.
It's about
No,
this year.
this year
He's
supposed
predicting
to.
like
He's predicting
Oh,
like to be
okay.
third.
he was third
Oh.
on my unofficial
I
ballot.
think he's third on mine too.
He should
Really?
be too.
No,
Because he's been consistent all year though with the way he's played.
with the forwards I
Yeah,
had.
He just ain't got.
forwards,
They
though.
just not big, and they don't have a superstar to get them over the humps tonight.
So, according to this report, so Philly just played Toronto on Thursday night.
Yep.
The only player that wasn't eligible to play
Was a big,
Stiebel.
was yes,
Mhm.
but
because
that's a big missing
Yes.
piece.
that,
from
that is
Philly.
a big missing piece. But it's all about the Canadian,
Yeah.
mass or
The
vaccine
vaccine.
mandate. But I think if Harden shows up,
That's a big if.
that's a big if. If
Yeah.
it was a we
We,
drunk.
we be drunk.
Right? But I think Philly can pull it off, man. Philly cannot afford to lose another playoff series.
Oh,
I
could
think
you
they'll
imagine
beat
if they
Toronto.
lose in the first
It's gonna
round?
be to Toronto.
They're gonna burn the city
It's gonna
down.
be to Toronto, and
And
they're gonna be hurt.
They're gonna be hurt. And James Harden,
It's
as
got it.
much as strip club money he's been spending,
He out of there.
Lost to Toronto
You
without
gotta go.
Kawhi this time. It's gonna hurt even more.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Last
y'all
year.
got Toronto.
And someone looking at Toronto
Oh,
too.
he did cry too. I forgot about
Mhm.
that. He had an ugly cry too.
You just wait. We'll be back. They
I
ain't
was-
been back.
Yeah, the altar cry, man. That was he was been
He was hurt.
He
He
was
was
hurt. Because I mean it was a last second like
It was a bounce.
miracle, right?
And I don't blame him. Like I don't mind players showing that they care, like especially after the game when you already done. But like I don't
Mhm.
mind that.
Yeah.
He was hurt.
So y'all got Toronto.
Look, it's too much crying going on. There's too much sensitivity going on in the game now.
I mean,
I ain't never seen Jordan cry.
So you-
Jordan
Remember
never,
that foul
he ain't
back
never
in
had to
time?
cry.
Didn't he cry on the floor
Hey.
with the championship in his hand, hugging the
Yeah,
trophy?
that's different. I'm talking
Wait,
about when
you
you
just
lost.
said you ain't never seen Jordan cry. How's that different?
I'm talking about like off a loss. That's what I meant. My bad. I should have said it right. I ain't never seen
You know you
Jordan
should
cry
have
off
said
a
it
loss.
right. Tim gonna get on you.
When Jordan lost, it pissed him off, made him come back even harder the next year.
It did.
Hey, everybody, react to things differently. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't one
Ain't
way to
nothing
go
wrong with
about
cry.
it.
If you're gonna cry, that's when you cry. When you see the ball bounce and your dreams is going that bucket and just
Yeah,
like,
it
this
did.
is
It did do a couple bounce too.
It-
That's a killer.
even
That's
the
a
whole-
killer.
The whole arena said,
You know
I
what
had
I'm
to
saying?
lean, bro. That picture is epic.
that, yeah,
And B just knew he missed it.
So
yeah,
was like-
he did.
No,
no.
Been crushed.
Conference finals, man. Who you guys? What we looking at?
Ooh, in the East,
Eastern Conference Finals.
Who we gonna play?
I'm looking at.
Because it's gonna be Bucks and somebody.
I think it's gonna be the Bucks in Brooklyn.
F
Can that
Brooklyn, assuming Bucks get the three.
If that only way that happens if we get that third seed, and then Brooklyn loses to Cleveland,
a lot of F's.
and then we'll play that eighth. We get the winner of the 9th and 10th.
Yep.
I mean, they get the winner of the 9th and 10th. Then they get that eighth seed. I s-
Plenty of
Y'all
them.
see how they get to use their F's?
Yeah.
You see that, Camille?
There was a lot of
You
ifs
see
there.
all the F's they get to use?
Brooklyn will have to lose and get the 8 seed.
Yeah.
To see them in the conference final.
Yeah. So I'm looking at that's the way I'm kind of looking at it.
I'm
Because
gonna go.
I kind of not to interrupt you, I'm kind of going with the Cleveland over Brooklyn.
Okay.
And then you got Cleveland. I mean, you got Cleveland in that 7 seed,
Mhm.
and then you got Brooklyn playing Atlanta or Charlotte. They're gonna beat either one of them,
Mhm.
and then they go to the 8th seed. And I see them beat Miami.
So I'm gonna predict based on us playing Brooklyn, just because that's what we're looking at on the
All right.
script right now. I got Milwaukee and Miami right now, as it sits right now, based on this script, based on this playoff projection. I got Miami and Bucks in the conference finals, based on how it's set up now. Because we all said F's, and we'll have to listen back to this episode and re-record on Tuesday. Like, dang, we got the official playoff brackets
Right.
now.
Like next week's show gonna be all different.
Right,
Yeah.
next week's the Saturday episode because it's Easter weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Oh, it is Easter this week.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So it's like we're gonna have to look at the actual script. So I'm gonna just go off of this and say Miami and Milwaukee based on the current seeding projections.
I can see that in a coincidence. Well, I don't know what you call it, but we lost to Miami first round.
Yep.
We beat them second round.
No,
No, first round, right?
We-
no,
we
lost
lost to them
second
second,
round.
beat
We
them
beat them
first.
first round. I can see us playing them in the conference.
oh yeah,
And that kind of like hitting them in each round in the
Yeah.
last 3 years kind of thing. I can see it.
yep, agreed.
Not saying it's gonna happen, but I can see it.
Now, and again, it's all based on seeding, right?
Mhm.
It's all
Right.
based on seeding, but right now I'm gonna have to go Miami, Milwaukee based on the current setup of the playoffs.
Who you got? Point guard.
Well, so the point was brought up earlier about how, if Minnesota was in the West, they'd be the 6th seed, and I just want to point out the fact that the East is not the Eastern Conference no more.
No, they're
Like
not.
it's
Agreed.
a deep
Agreed.
deep conference. Like our 10 seed in the East, has a winning record. Meanwhile, in the West is. But I say that to say like the East is really good this year,
They are.
and I think that there have been a couple teams like that kind of tier above others.
Mhm.
Had Boston not come on the way they have since the year started, really, I'd feel a lot more comfortable going like Miami, Milwaukee, just saying like that. But I think Boston has a shot to be in the conference finals this year.
Now, but keep in mind though, the way it's set up now, the only way for Boston to get in there is to beat the Bucks.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be on the same side of the bracket
Yeah,
regardless.
yeah. So that's the only way they can.
Well,
get
that ain't
there.
gonna happen. So
Now, is that the fan in you?
no, I think Milwaukee's the best team in the East.
Mhm.
I think they're just well rounded, especially without Boston having Robert Williams at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Go
But
ahead, Casey.
Robert who?
that was funny. That made me laugh. Yeah.
Real Robert.
Who in the SpongeBob is Robert Williams?
a man who takes that defense from being good to elite.
Yeah.
Is Robert Williams the dude?
Number 44.
He got locks
He got like locks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He look unorthodox though, but he do.
because he actually plays a little
does.
bit
He
defensively
does.
like Giannis, where he's more of like
I know who
a
he is. I'm
a
just.
free safety type of defensive player.
I don't think he's a Bucks beater though.
No, but he
No,
elevates
he's
that
the-
defense
he-
to a
he-
different
he
level.
elevates the defense.
I guess Miami, Milwaukee then.
That's the only one that really makes sense.
Like based
Just looking
on
at-
how everything
Yeah,
is
just looking
falling?
at everything.
Okay, let me ask you this question because I've heard 3 Miami Milwaukees.
Mhm.
Now, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I don't want y'all to jump on my back. How much confidence do you have in the Bucks beating Miami?
All of it.
Give it to me.
That's it. That's it. Hey, from behind the table.
Right.
That's it.
All of it, bro.
Because I feel like Miami is also a team that they get their mind right. They get a lot of momentum going.
Mhm.
They can be very dangerous.
Dangerous and beaten are not the same.
I know, but I'm saying dangerous as they take us to 6 or they take us to 7,
Oh, it's-
just like
yeah.
Brooklyn. It can go either way.
You know,
Yeah.
That's a fact. I don't think nothing in the East is going to be like sweeps. I think
What-
we're gonna get some
No,
series.
what you call it? Say
Nick Wright last
Nick
week.
Wright just said he don't see a team in the East
That's one of the
that can
reasons
make
I
the
asked
Bucks go
that.
to 6.
Nah,
He-
that's
he-
I
that's
don't
that's
believe
that's
that.
that's a no.
He's loony.
I don't
Yeah,
believe
I told you he's speaking from a fan perspective. He's an Aaron Rodgers guy. He's a Milwaukee Bucks guy. He is speaking clearly as a fan.
Is
No,
he a
yeah.
Bucks fan?
He's a Bucks guy.
I don't see
Did you
nobody.
the clip?
I don't
Did
see.
you
I don't see
I saw
nobody.
his clip.
I don't see
Yeah.
nobody taking the
We
seven
played
for
the
Brooklyn.
clip last week on the episode, and he literally said the Bucks was gonna wipe the floor with everybody.
Yeah, he was
Paraphrasing.
exaggerating. He was exaggerating.
Paraphrasing, and honestly, it feels like he jinxed us on purpose. High key.
No, I think it's gonna be some 6 or 7 game
Oh,
series for sure.
all
with the
day.
Bucks. Yeah.
All day.
Really?
I think so. I don't think the Bucks. We want them to win. Yes. Will they win? Likely. But it's not. Nobody's gonna lay down for the Bucks and just let them beat them. Bucks gonna have to fight for this. Because let's keep in mind, Tim, with Giannis not on the court, Bucks are not that good.
That's why the playoffs are so great because you get more Giannis on the court.
Yeah.
He gonna play 42 minutes. You only
You
gonna
gotta
get
play every minute.
you only gonna get 6 or so minutes without him.
I mean, again, we fought last year. Like none of our series last year was under 6 games.
That's true.
Except for Miami.
Except
Miami.
for Brooklyn, right?
No,
Brooklyn
Miami.
was 7.
Brooklyn was 7.
Brooklyn was
Brooklyn was
7.
7.
Miami
was 7.
Brooklyn.
Atlanta was
Was
6.
6.
And Phoenix was 6.
And Phoenix was 6.
Like we fought last year anyway.
Yeah,
so,
we did.
like,
Without Giannis in the conference.
They woke
Two of
up.
those
They
games.
they
Yeah.
woke up a sleeping giant.
They did.
And
They
I,
did.
yeah, and I
He
think
has took on a whole new mentality that I don't think nobody in the East is ready for. When it's
about Giannis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he played good last finals, but I think the parts of his game that he worked on this offseason
Talk to him.
and came in ready
Yeah.
this year,
Yeah.
they not ready for that. They not ready for that Giannis.
Giannis shoots.
Even KD, looking at his face when they just played them last, he like, damn.
Yeah, when Giannis hit that step back 3, KD was on the sideline like, come on.
And
That's
remember
how he looked.
Remember, Middleton was ejected that game, and he was
Yep.
having a hot game. So we need Middleton to show up for work. We need Holiday to show up for work for the Bucks to stay competitive. Because again, Giannis is the king.
I like this Giannis right
But
here.
Giannis can't do it by himself.
This Giannis remind me of playoff LeBron.
Of course it does.
It's based on kind of like the conversation me and Camille was having before. She was saying that in essence, Giannis is what keeps us afloat.
Yeah. He gonna be the steady.
He will always be the steady. He's always gonna be the steady in hand. And we just need Drew and Chris to wake up in time to be able to finish that out.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
I've always felt that about LeBron, though. Not that, but I felt that LeBron was always going to keep you in the game no matter what. But he's not going to be the one to actually win you that game.
He gonna need some
Giannis
teammates.
won the game though.
No, yeah,
And kept him in the game.
Yeah.
So Giannis a little different in
Yeah,
that.
so that, I've always felt that way about LeBron, not necessarily Giannis. Like Giannis is going, you can win the game with just Giannis too. He's done that.
It depends on the team, but yes, I've seen it before where Giannis just took it over.
Now, we don't want it to happen often.
I
took over the Phoenix series.
I do.
Yeah.
I have one more last Bucks, just Giannis point. I don't think I've seen some champs get disrespected as much as the Bucks have, and
I've
they
said
hear
that.
they hear it often saying like, "Oh, if KD's foot went on the line and y'all got lucky and this and this and that," and they've heard it all season. And you've seen this team, certain key guys on this team who will be in the playoff rotation. You've seen Giannis look better than last year. You've seen Drew look better than last year.
He has.
Chris has been probably about the same. Chris,
Same.
but Chris has confidence in himself now because if you've watched the Bucks for a while, Chris used to have games where when he was shooting bad, he would just stop.
Yep.
And at this point, now he knows, like, yo, I know these gonna fall eventually, and he's gonna keep shooting. And you need Chris to stay aggressive the whole time. Pat Connaughton has taken a step.
Yep.
Bobby Portis
Yes.
has taken a step.
Oh,
And
big
he's
step.
Off the bench now.
Big
And
step.
having Brooke back is
It's
pivotal.
huge. People
Tim said it last time he was here. He was big on Brooke.
like
and I
Brooke
was like,
Lopez is the
changes
defensive anchor. Like
He
he
changes
allows
everything.
Giannis to
Listen.
be his best self on defense.
And Brooke, real talk. I'm sorry, bro. Brooke really has a nice presence in the middle, right?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
too many people that can baby Brooke. You know
He's
what I'm
7
saying?
feet,
Brooke
for real.
unlocks
That's
the
what I
shots.
was. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Brooke is a solid 5. That's what you need in a 5 right there.
Yeah.
Brooke is that. And that's my son's favorite player for some reason.
That's
I don't
funny.
know.
I love
Like,
that.
dude, like,
Did he
and then he
watch
walked
nobody
into me. He walked up to me yesterday. He was like, "Hey, Dad, guess who's playing tonight?" I said, "Who?" Brooke Lopez.
Like, you should be like, great.
Listen, when we took him to the game, we were talking about. I said, nephew, why you like Brooke so much? He said, I don't know, but he's my favorite player.
It'd be
And
like
then
that
we were
sometimes.
like, what happened? He said, well, he got hurt because that guy pushed him in his back. He was real upset about that guy
Listen,
pushing him in the back.
So he plays 2K a lot. That's why he likes Brooke, because Brooke can shoot threes,
Yeah.
and Brooke also can dunk on people in the post. That's
Yeah.
why he likes Brooke. To me,
That's
that's why I think.
Yeah.
But he just said that's my favorite player, Brooke. I'm like, dude, all people, Brooke Lopez.
Yeah.
But just to say all that, to say again, I think the Bucks roster, especially because in the playoffs, the rosters it gets, or the lineups or the rotations get shorter.
Yeah.
So you have your guys on the court playing more time, and I think they on a mission themselves. Kind of like I mentioned, how Phoenix is like, we got something to prove.
Yep.
I think the Bucks feel like they have something to prove. Like, we are legit champs. Like, we didn't luck into this. Like, it was skill.
Yeah.
So who we got in the finals?
I'm saying just to wrap it up,
Yeah.
who you got in the finals? And
Running
like,
back.
This the rematch.
It's the rematch.
how many games?
6.
Bucks and
What you
6.
talking about?
Bucks and 6.
I think on the podcast.
I'm going with a rematch. Bucks and 6.
Bucks and
It's going.
six.
I think it'll go 7.
Yeah, it's gonna go 7.
I would say I'm thinking Bucks and 7.
No.
Yeah.
Because I think that like you said, Phoenix is on a mission.
Yep.
And they eyeing the Bucks.
They was on the
Yep.
mission last year too.
but
guess what?
not this mission.
They got revenge in their mission this year.
But you got to think about it like this: they got an even better Giannis to play against.
But Phoenix gonna win 65 games, bro.
The Bucks only record look as bad as they did because they were testing out lineups all year and because
for
of
the
COVID.
first quarter, for the first
For
quarter
the
of the
first
season.
30 games, they were testing out lineups
Yeah.
and COVID.
I forgot we even had Grayson Allen.
Right. I like the Bucks and Phoenix, but again, if Steph plays, I got Golden State and the Bucks.
I respect your Golden State.
I like Steph, not so much the team. I just
I
think
feel you. I think he deserves that amount of respect.
I think people just sleeping on Golden
a
State
fact.
without
I'm
Steph.
snoring.
Golden who?
He said I'm snoring.
That's
I'm
cool.
snoring.
That's cool.
Golden who?
That's cool. I got
Oh,
Golden
man.
State in Milwaukee, and I got the Bucks running it back for the team.
Let's just say it is Golden State and the Bucks. How many? What do you Bucks and what?
I think Bucks and 6. I think Bucks and 6 for whoever they play.
Okay.
I think
So-
Bucks and 6 whoever they play.
My question to you is: do you wear your Stephen Curry gear or do you wear your Bucks gear?
I don't own anything Steph Curry. First of all, I'm not that.
So how you gonna be a fan then?
You own anything LeBron?
Yeah.
Well, that's you.
Pictures. He got family pictures.
Listen, I was in Phoenix and I was going. I was in Phoenix on vacation and I walked into the hat store and I picked up a Golden State hat. I said, I don't think I can ever wear this anywhere because I'm a Bucks fan. I can't show up to the Bucks game in a Golden State hat because I'm not a Golden State fan. I really like Steph Curry.
I got my Bucks gear. I got my LeBron shoes on. You got to blend it. It's called a blended family. It's our blended family.
I can't wear Adidas with Nikes, man. I can't do that, man.
I mean, Steph Curry is not Adidas.
I'm
He is
just
Under Armour.
You don't want to wear down.
Right.
Nobody wear.
Ain't nothing wrong with the Under Armour.
Not at all. Not at all. So we all saying Bucks in 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Running back. All right.
Mhm.
Well, there's been another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. First, I'd like to thank Technical Foul for joining us again. This is
Foul
Camilla's
in the
first
building.
time, point guard first time.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like, thank them other niggas. Kesey and Dre, man. Like, thank y'all too, man.
I appreciate y'all coming again.
You know what, man?
Hey, brother. We wrap it up. You don't need to take the mask off. All right.
No. You can't say stuff like that and just leave.
Talk to him.
Talk to him. You better know. Put some respect on my name, man. You gonna have me in here getting unsaved. No, 94 Feet Nation. We appreciate y'all listening. Tech File. Y'all are dope. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Y'all want to give out y'all socials? Y'all want to give out your socials and where y'all can find y'all?
Yeah, so you can find us at www.technicalfoul.com. Don't forget to put the K on that mug. TECKNICALFOUL. You can also find us on the Instagram and the Twitter at Technical Foul. Technical Foul Podcast is on Facebook, where you can also join our Technical Foul Pod Overtime group, where you can join in with the listeners, fans, and the fan. But do not forget the YouTube or the Good News app.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Something about what Tim's ass. Be like, damn, that is smooth.
Been doing it for a while now.
Hey,
That's his
if you
thing.
listen to like episodes before like 7 to 5, I used to go back for like, kid, your turn. Tim, your turn. Do it. Learn it.
Don't ask me what. I started stuttering.
We didn't have that. We didn't have that before. Hey, Kesey, kick it out.
We trying to figure out what networks we own. We like,
Spreaker,
Apple Podcast.
Wherever you can listen to pods.
So whenever you listen to pods, you know what I'm saying?
That's why you can find us wherever you listen to pod, except for TikTok because we're adults. And you can also catch us on all streaming platforms.
All right.
All right.
Nation out.
Agree with us?
Probably not.
And all that good stuff too.